Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93
Sorry, before we get going, I got to make a note. Got to write something down here, Josh, so I don't forget.
Is it private?
No. Smashly wants a mini fridge.
Yes.
She wants a mini fridge in the studio, and I said, what, are we made of money around here?
We have one.
What?
We've got a mini fridge
No,
here.
we don't.
Yes,
Not
we
one
do.
that works.
Oh, it works.
No, it doesn't.
It does too.
No, it doesn't, because I want to get rid of my mini fridge.
Oh,
The one we have in the building does not work. We need my mini fridge here in the studio.
You know what I've always said? Why have one mini fridge when you can have two?
Do you need two now, Ashley?
Yes.
Would you be happy then if we had two mini fridges in studio?
Yeah, I would. I'd be very happy.
I'll bring one in today. I'll walk down the hall and get it. That's my mini fridge. Did you know that?
Really? Oh.
That one that's been sitting over there for 30 years?
Yeah.
That's your mini fridge?
You know that TV I gave you back in the day?
Sure, you've given me a few televisions.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the one back, the bigger one?
Sure.
That came with a mini fridge as part of a promotion.
Buy one, get one deal?
30 years ago, you bought an enormous television.
Yes.
And when you bought it as a special treat from the
Best Buy,
they gave you a free mini fridge to go with the television.
Right.
And that's the one that's been sitting here all these years. Everything's been in there.
Things a little gnarly inside.
Oh, yeah. You know, the grossest thing? Tofu.
Oh.
There's been tofu in that fridge, which I should have put a sign on there, no tofu.
I swear to God, I saw a sperm sample in there years ago.
Holy God, I've been looking for that thing.
No, it's still in there. I wrote ranch on it.
Oh, man, I came so close. I saw that.
Yeah.
But I was in the mood for a Caesar, so thank God I didn't use that.
All right, so if you want a mini fridge, Ashley, we've got options around here.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
The more pregnant she gets, the more high maintenance she becomes.
Yeah, I don't want to walk anymore.
No.
It's doing too much. Now we just need a bathroom, like, right outside the door.
Do you need a bedpan? I have one that came with my sound bar.
God dang. All right, we're just doing cartwheels around here.
It is fun watching the progression, Ashley. Like from you just every once in a while going, oof, and grabbing your belly.
There's a lot of oof.
Getting up and running to the bathroom quite often.
Oh, I have to pee so much. I've already peed 3 times today. Wait, 4 times today.
Since you got here?
3 since I got here, 4 altogether.
3 times she made it to the bathroom.
That's impressive.
3 out of those 4 times she made it to the bathroom.
You're like walking one of my dogs. I can't figure out where he keeps it all. He'll pee before we go on a walk, and then he'll go 3-4 times. He has to let everybody in the entire neighborhood know he was there.
Oh, I bet you can just spray it like a fire hydrant that just got busted open, too.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I bet.
It doesn't help that they want me to drink all this darn water all the time.
Stupid hydration.
Yeah, what? So dumb.
Well, Ashley and I, every day, we have a little water competition. Well, maybe not a competition, but we just check with each other to see how many water bottles down we are. And you've been dominating lately.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a choice. If I don't, I start to get cramps. And then I'm like, oh, no. Is it happening?
I don't know how we'd feel about it if it happened here.
Oh, I hope it does.
Do you
yeah,
really?
honestly.
Yeah.
Should we get training?
I have said, like, I hope it happens when I'm at work. That'd be so fun. And, like, what's another random stain on this carpet, right?
You know
so
what?
true.
That if everything that came out of you was left here outside of the baby, nobody would notice. This place is disgusting.
It is. The carpet is insane.
Yeah.
It's a very good point you made about the carpeting. who would friggin' notice? This place, at this point, is just one giant stain.
I had a friend
On the idea of you spraying this child across the room, right here in this studio, boy, that would make for some fun radio.
Exactly.
I mean, historic stuff. I don't know if it's ever happened before. I've never heard of it. I wonder if I could be front row for that. Of course, if you would allow me to be in front row.
I would probably need your help. Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm picturing that it's just the four of us. No police or paramedics make it in time. That's the scenario I have in my head. I'm just wondering, if in fact you needed my help, could I do it? I like to believe I've got a pretty strong stomach for gore and this and that. No offense, me describing the birth of your child as gore.
No, it is.
But I'm basing it off the stories that Josh has told me because he's seen a few of them go by, shoot by. I just wonder if I can hang in there for you, for my friend, for my coworker, or if I'm the new guy in the corner puking my guts out.
I would use you as the emotional support. I think you'd be really good at that.
Come on, Smash. What, are you soft or something?
Yeah.
You can't push a baby out?
See, that would help a lot.
I miss the old Smashley. The old Smashley would have been tough enough to get this done. Let's go. That kind of it. Is that what you're looking?
Exactly.
All right.
Chaos coordinator Shiza said she can be your birthing coach. She's got you.
Perfect.
You need a birthing. Do we have the budget for a doula? Should we get a midwife in here of some sort or a shaman? Or
We don't have the budget for a friggin' mini fridge.
We don't have the budget to clean the carpets.
I was thinking about that. Like, if my water did break here, who would we contact to come and clean it up? Or would it just have to wait until the next time the custodian staff comes in?
We'll just get some.
I got your guy. This is the Chris Lindahl Studios. Can he come in here and run a vacuum at least once? He should be cleaning this up.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out. You think I could hack it, Josh? A man with experience. Do you think I could hack it?
Oh, I think you'd be just fine, especially since you've had a heads up on a couple of things.
I've had a heads up on a couple of things.
You're aware now of what to watch out for.
Oh, yeah, because of you.
I'd say after the baby shows up, look away, because what comes next is out of control.
I've seen it.
Gross.
I've seen it from a cow.
So, well, then maybe you'd be okay.
I've seen it.
No
from
offense, Ashley.
No, you are totally good. I've been trying to prepare myself and prepare my husband by looking at pictures, and it's been quite the adventure.
Look like crime scene photos.
Oh my gosh! Like, what is that all doing inside of me?
Are you ready for that?
No.
But more importantly, are you ready for the gore?
No. I'm terrified.
Nobody.
I think you're going to be a bit distracted.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the good part. I don't really get to look down
I suppose.
and see what's going on.
I've seen it from a dog.
I had
That's
never
more than
seen
me.
it before. Never once.
You had never seen an animal or anything
I hadn't
give
seen
birth
anything
until you saw your child.
Yes. Never once.
Ooh,
A lot of people are texting in about Scene Clean. Here's the problem. We're friends with the people at Scene Clean, and you probably wouldn't want to do that to them, Ashley, right? You don't want that level of intimacy.
No.
It would change the relationship.
Yeah, I don't think I could look at them the same. They've
Yeah.
seen things that were inside of me.
Yeah, because the next time you see them, you'd think, they've seen my vagina.
Yep.
And that changes a relationship.
That does. I'm even a little worried. My mom is going to be. I asked her to be in the delivery room as well.
Oh, for God's sake.
Because whenever I'm sick, even till this day, the only person I really want is my mom to take care of me.
You're not worried she's going to piss you off?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, she's going to be great.
Well, maybe being pissed off would help the situation.
Yeah, but I am a little nervous for her to, even though she gave birth to me, to see all that.
Oh, I think she'll be fine. Moms, they've got an extra gear.
And
but
she's done it 4 times
But
herself.
what you're saying is you're not sure you want your mother to see you.
Yeah, like all exposed, because I know
Yeah.
that she's going to take it like a champ. She's going to want to check it out.
Yeah.
And
But you don't know if you want that.
yeah.
Can I ask you a personal and grossly inappropriate question?
Yeah, of course.
I'll just say, I'll give you a personal experience, and then hopefully you can read between the lines. My last colonoscopy, I shaved things down there because I knew the doctor was going to be there.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was going to make my husband start taking over that job once because I can't see anything that's going on down there.
Uh-huh.
But I've just been able to to blindly shave. It's not that difficult.
You are a pro.
Yep.
Yeah, I have noticed that. Like, I'm pretty good at this.
Nick, do you have any experience shaving a woman?
Who the hell are you talking to?
Do you have a story about that?
Yeah, it happened once. It was a confusing time for both of us.
What?
It was a confusing time.
I'd be pretty nervous.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Who was more nervous, you or her?
She was more nervous.
Was she?
Yeah, because I don't think she thought I had a steady enough hand for the gig.
Well, you were at a .04.
I had a few beers in me. We both had some beers in us. We had some beers in us. Well, the clock is ticking on the smash over here. Welcome to the program, the Tuesday program. All right, well, we've covered some pretty grotesque things already.
People do have questions.
What are some of the questions coming in?
So the placenta.
Yeah.
Right. That's the closer. Do you have plans for it?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
People have been trying to talk me into it, though, like very casually. And it's not for me.
I know some folks who had plans where it became part of their diet for a while, as long as that can last.
I hate that stuff. That's just silly.
I wonder how common that is. To me, the person I know that did it, the first person that told me about it, I thought they had lost their mind. I didn't know that was something people did.
It's becoming more and more common. A lot of people get it made into little capsule pill form.
Yeah, that's what I think they did. Which
But
makes
it
a
costs
difference.
money. It costs a decent amount of money to do that.
Oh,
so.
is that right?
Friggin' hippies. Everyone's texting in about their babies. And their wife had a baby, and this happened and that happened. Here's somebody who used a birthing tub. There's a lot of talk of feces here. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, I really hope that happens before I go to the.
Let's get one out of you.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? It's like, again, bringing your dog for a walk. Let's take Ashley outside first.
Seriously. Let me eat some hot sauce beforehand or something so I can get the ball rolling.
Make sure we got enough baggies.
Physicist Jesus wants to know, when do you do?
August 22nd.
It's coming up.
That's a month from today.
I know.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't need to tell
It's
you
so
that.
scary.
Yeah, what if she wasn't aware of that?
Yeah.
Perry Saturn Jesus
Wow. That's a name.
made a baby. Boy, it's something else Wang doesn't want to hear. He couldn't get a piece of ass if his life depended on it, but a guy who's named himself after television wrestler Perry Saturn has reproduced. He's had sex, and I know it only takes one time, but Perry Saturn Jesus has had a baby. He said when his baby fell out, Josh, he found out how accurate you were when you described the process as a dinosaur yawning.
It's pretty amazing, really.
It's also amazing how some women don't. I guess I don't even know what percentage it is, but I'd say maybe 50-50. How some women don't tear at all, and it can still do what it does. It's just crazy to me.
I thought, it changed me in a lot of ways. But one of the things I thought at the time was, well, after seeing that dinosaur yawning like that, I thought, I'm never going to be able to please her ever again. If I ever was in the first place.
Oh!
Like, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to say you're never going to be able to watch Jurassic Park again. That would have been much more heartbreaking.
No, for whatever reason, Jurassic Park turns me on now. Since October 28th of 2011, I'm aroused by Jurassic Park.
Whenever you see your wife naked now, you say, clever girl. Women are texting in about their pregnancy shaving habits. We're going down all different routes here, Josh, that we don't normally travel. It's very, very interesting.
We're all very excited. I don't like the fact that you're going to be gone for so long. But we're excited for you guys starting your family.
That's going to feel so weird not being here.
Yeah, I saw it with a cow.
I've never seen anything give birth.
Ooh.
You haven't, Googled anything or nothing?
I kind of did a couple months ago.
Didn't you just say you've been watching videos?
I've been looking at pictures. Videos are a little more intense because it seems like the only ones I can find are like the most brutal ones out there where she's not having a good time. I need to be sent some of the videos where it's a nice, easy labor and delivery. That's what I need.
I worked with a guy who was single, not attached to any woman, not going to be a father anytime soon, and he would watch those videos on YouTube just for fun. You guys know this guy. You guys worked with him too. He would just Google those videos and just watch them on a Saturday night.
I'm scared of him.
Yeah.
You should be if it's the person I'm thinking of.
It is.
That's the most unsettling thing that I've heard all morning.
Yeah.
Does he have any kids now?
No.
But he has a lot of experience watching them be born?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most... I'm going to go ahead and say that's the most unsettling thing I've heard all week.
Yeah. And like Saturday night, he'd be like, dude, check this out. And he'd send me a link.
To a pregnancy...
Yes.
a childbirth video.
Yes, on YouTube.
Okay, that's...
I know. Trust me. It's terrifying.
It's to my core, I never liked the guy. And I think what Dana just said justified that, didn't it, Josh?
He was always a jerk to us even before he started working here.
He was a jerk to us?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And,
I thought he was quite terrified of the both of us.
Well, maybe when he started working here, but beforehand he was kind of all radio. I don't know if that was your the old radio wars.
Maybe we're talking about two different guys. Anyway, what the hell? Well, again, we've covered some graphic, grotesque subjects already. It's not even 6 o'clock in the morning here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. So, I guess we've kind of kicked the door open because I was going to ask Josh, is it too early for a conversation on celebrity teabagging?
No.
Maybe it would have been.
I want to get to this because I'm wondering if anyone believes this was real.
Okay. Maybe if this was the first thing out of my yap this morning, it would have felt too early for celebrity teabagging. But seeing how we've already covered tearing, feces, childbirth, placenta, not only from humans but animals, we've covered bizarre single childless men who watch YouTube childbirth.
Yeah, that might have been. That's disturbing to learn that about that person. Real quick shout out to Overnight Trucker Jesus, who said, "Good morning, butt savages," and Lego the Prego Ashley.
Cute.
Never been called a butt savage before.
Good morning.
We have kicked the door in, so why not go for it? Here's the word: celebrity teabagging. Someone has upped and written a book about Gwyneth Paltrow, and I know what you're saying. Again with the Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'm with you on that. I know what you're saying.
Was it her that wrote it? I forget. Or did she write an autobiography, or is it just
unauthorized biography? So that means
so somebody else wrote
somebody
it
else
without her being involved.
So again, you're probably asking, where does the teabagging come into play? The word is in the book. It mentions that Gwyneth Paltrow liked to play that game with Ben Affleck.
I have trouble believing that.
What? That doesn't seem like something that he would. Is that why he's so angry?
I have
He
trouble.
does seem angry.
Why do you have trouble believing that?
Because according to the book, she enjoyed it.
Oh!
And, she's a weird person, to say the least.
Very sexual person from what we understand.
That's true. And so maybe girls can text in if that's something they actually enjoy. I can't even imagine, first and foremost, the view. But then that's pretty degrading. We've seen that in person, and that was not cool to do to somebody. So I'm wondering if if anybody first and foremost believes this happened, or if maybe somebody's into that.
I think you might have the wrong idea, Josh, on the move itself. You know what I'm saying? I think you have the wrong
teabagging?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty common where somebody's laying down usually on their back?
Sure.
And then the person lowers their genitalia
so far
onto said person's face.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
See, that's where you went wrong. When you're doing it when you're doing it to antagonize, it's the way you described it. When you're doing it for sexual gratification, check me out over here, because I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to...
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Well, I thought you were...
That's that part of your body's on your face.
I thought you were mistaken.
No.
Well, not necessarily on your face.
You pointed to your mouth.
I did.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Okay. All right. So
my mouth is on my face.
We're on the same page. At any rate, hell, I don't know. How would I know whether I should believe this or not?
That shouldn't be something that the man is controlling. If you're doing that kind of activity, the woman should be in charge of like how frequent it's happening.
Well,
you know what I mean?
She said well, I shouldn't say this.
Yeah.
The person who wrote this biography said she enjoys it.
Yeah, the implication is that it was, what's the word I'm looking for? Consensual. It didn't say anything about anyone being held down.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking of somebody like laying down in that happening, though. I think if you're maybe sitting up in doing that, it's not as humiliating.
I don't even know how
or embarrassing.
Hell, I don't. Ashley, sure.
I wish I could be more descriptive.
No. We understand what you mean, but all we have is just this basic fact. Or not basic fact, this basic story. I don't know if they were sitting, standing in a car. I don't know.
The parking lot.
I hear what you're saying, that there are certain situations where this act might look a little more offensive than others.
Yeah,
I totally get what you're saying. All we have is this bizarre story coming from Gwyneth Paltrow's unauthorized biography. Hell, they're in Hollywood. They're Hollywood people.
And she's odd.
They've done things that we've never even heard of.
Oh, yeah.
If I was ever going to do that, I'd have to make a beeping noise on the way down.
Yeah, lower it down. Beep. All right, hey, no, back it off a little bit. All right, go ahead.
That's the woman in control. She's yelling at you.
I don't know. Check it out. The unauthorized biography of Gwyneth Paltrow.
There's some pretty funny names coming in on what that's called. I'm afraid to say any of them. But yeah, I haven't heard any of those ones.
I'd like to hear them. We'll have to take a break, and then you can tell them to me. What else is going on around here? Smashly, you've been watching the television show Shark Tank?
Dude, yeah. It's been bad. I don't know what happened. I get into it randomly. And
I didn't know this was still a television show. Now, to help me out, this is where there's some bigwig, billion-dollar CEO type character, right?
Yep.
And then your average morons walk into the room and try to sell that CEO their product.
Yep.
Is that okay? Is it still Mark Cuban?
Yep, he's always there.
He's the guy.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Paul Orndorff.
I'm not sure what his real name is, to be honest.
He
plays the D-bag.
Mark Cuban is one of the CEO type characters. Someone called Mr. Wonderful. Okay, so it's the show that I thought it was a goner already. Shark Tank. We talked to Mark Cuban, I think, on the radio program years ago about this television show.
We did.
He's
yeah.
a very nice guy.
That is so cool.
We were surprised how cool he was in that interview.
So Ashley tells me she's been watching Shark Tank, and there was a product on the program that she got a kick out of called Love Sync. Lovesync. Love Sync. They did not get approved.
Thank God. This is so weird.
And this is the gimmick. You and your partner, you're lying in bed, and on, each of you have a nightstand there on your side of the bed, and there's a little button. When you're in the mood, you tap the button. If you both tap the button, it notifies the two of you that you want to engage in sexual intercourse. Does a little light go off? Does a song kick in? Or is it just you hit the button?
A little light pops up. It's like a little ring light.
It'd be more fun if it was like that rap siren.
So,
I don't know if these are the same people, but we've talked about this before, where folks would have that light indicating, hey, if you're interested, feel free to make a move, that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, where each person on their nightstand would have that. It's kind of like if you go to one of those Brazilian joints where you flip over the coaster. Green side, bring me all the meat. Red's like, hold on, I can't eat anymore. That type of thing. Have you guys ever done that?
No.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, it's usually it's overwhelming how quickly that gets to you.
Wear your sweatpants.
Yep.
That's true. You got to wear your big eating.
Yeah, you got to have some elastico waistbands for a joint like
The
that.
same type of thing.
So, this gimmick didn't fly on the television show. They did not get approved, or whatever the terminology is they use over there. I mean, to me, this sounds like a joke product that you buy for your wife or your husband, and you have a laugh one night over it. But they were not presenting it as a joke?
No, they were 100% serious, and it was a wife and husband that were pitching the idea.
Oh.
And I couldn't, I kept trying to study them because I thought, all right, obviously their marriage is not doing well. If you need to come up with something like this, right? Like, you can't just churn to your partner and be like, hey, should we have some sex? No? Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's, I don't know. It just sounds funny. It sounds like a funny little bit that you try once, and then you throw it in the garbage.
I'm picturing an infomercial overnight pitching this idea where the guy's just constantly slamming the button and the wife's like, oh my God, again?
And that's what's kind of sad is, so you aren't notified if the other person touches the button. You are only notified if both of you touch it.
Both of you.
So I imagined the same thing you did, Dana. Like, this guy just sitting here hitting this button every night and looking at it and thinking, oh, maybe this is going to be the night. Oh, nothing.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Dang it.
You could just ring a bell, right?
Yeah, there's other ways.
Just ring a bell.
Sex, please.
Or maybe there's a code word if you're just embarrassed saying, hey, you want to get some.
Well, okay. Shark Tank. Smashley's been digging on the program.
I can't get enough of it. I love, and all the puns. I'm surprised you're not obsessed with that show, Josh. Every pitch has so many puns in it.
Oh, really? I've only watched it a couple times, and it's usually just they say, hey, look what happened. Somebody will say this was hilarious on Shark Tank.
I wrote in that email that if you were one of the billionaires that gave people money, that you would give every single person money that came in, as long as they had a good pitch. They threw
nice
a couple
wordplay,
puns
bro.
in there. Yeah.
Josh, you are I've said it before, I'll say it again. You are a pun slut.
Well, I like the clever one.
And then a lot of the times they turn on the tears, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Here comes the crying person.
Oh, in order to try and sell their product, they get emotional.
Yeah, and I think, Josh, you'd cave if they cried.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like,
I wouldn't be able to handle that. Do they?
Here's twice the amount you asked for.
I haven't really looked at it too much. But, I mean, are these people screwed over if they accept any of these deals, or is it really beneficial for them?
I think for some it's beneficial, but there are times where I'm like, ooh, they're just going to screw you. And I've also noticed when they ask them, like, hey, how much does it cost for you to make your product? And they're like, oh, $2. How much are you selling it for? $65. I wonder if any of the consumers out there that are buying that product are like, hey, wait a minute. What the heck? Can I just make this myself? Why are you charging me so much money?
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to know the markup. Don't
Yeah.
look up the markup on cables.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
You'll barf.
I'll tell you what. People are telling me that the Mr. Wonderful that you're referring to, Smashley, goes by the name of Kevin O'Leary.
Yep.
Wow. Mr. Wonderful will always be Paul Orndorff to me and millions of other WWE fans.
Is Kevin O'Leary a douchebag?
That's the vibe that he portrays on the show. I'm not sure.
Kind of his bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure in real life how he is.
They got a good cop, bad cop thing happening over there?
Yep.
All right. Fair enough. Here's the deal. She's Tuesday, and we're going to kick it into high gear in just a few minutes. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the stupid news before you know it on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X
Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
Jim Rome takes on sports
Why? Because you're not playing me.
with rapid-fire takes
And a lot to get to, and I'm not sure you're going to like all of it. Honestly, I don't even care if you like all of it or not. I have a job to do.
scorching debates.
On any given week, you have lots to beef about. Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
It's not my fault. We will get to all of that.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
Get up in here, and we'll beef later on. What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right. Man, can't say enough about these great crowds. Thanks, everyone, for listening, texting in. We dig the check-ins, of course. Sometimes all you've got to do is dial up 651-989-9393. That's our text message number. Sometimes all you got to do is just check in. And just say, hey, fat nuts Jesus, I'm here.
Yeah, it's nice to know you're there.
It's nice to know that they're,
We're all doing this together.
we're in it together, Cubby says. We've been talking about childbirth, teabagging, miniature refrigerators. That's what you've missed so far if you're just tuning in.
I brought one from down the hall. I brought in a mini fridge that we've had in this building for darn near 30 years.
30 years.
And I'm a little concerned that maybe Ashley shouldn't be around that thing the more I think about it. Because it hasn't been cleaned in 30 years, and there was some funky stuff in there when I went and grabbed it.
Oh, it's nasty.
You need a power washer.
And it's hot in there.
That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's bad.
Maybe that thing needs to be put in the trash, but
Yeah, it might.
It was a nice thought anyway. Yeah, Ashley, she's, I don't know, a month away from her due date. That's what got us, of course, on the topic of childbirth, or, Josh was talking about being on the front lines of a baby falling out of his wife. I've never been in that situation, but I mentioned I saw a cow once spray another cow across the room. One of my fondest memories of my late old man, a Minnesota State Fair. I'm going to say it was 83 or 84. My dad and I were leaving the fair. He was preparing to drive me from St. Paul to Wayzata after having somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 beers at the state. And we're going towards the parking lot, and we cut through one of the animal barns, and it's like 10 o'clock at night or something. And there in the cow barn is one cow on its side with a smaller cow about halfway out, and the farmer struggling to help make this happen. And my dad this is one of the proudest I ever was of the man. I was in awe of the situation. I was a 12, 13-year-old kid. My dad, being an old farm boy, he says, hey, you need a little help? And the farmer says, well, yeah, I do. So my dad hopped over the fence, and they both pretty much grabbed a leg and just, and pulled the son of a... And Cubby, I should have had a kayak at the ready for the amount of fluid that poured onto the floor of that barn.
It was a Gallagher show right in front of you.
It was a Gallagher show.
That is really cool to see, though. That's awesome that your dad was able to just hop over the fence and get it done.
He had a Marlboro hanging out of his mouth the entire time. He just gets soaked with all this cow splooge, and then we get into his pickup truck and drive home.
Was there a smell? I imagine there's a smell.
I don't remember a smell. I remember the amount of fluid. And then, again, this was a long time ago, but the placenta was about the size of, I don't know. It was bigger than a soccer ball, it seemed to me. But this is a long time ago. There's a big ball of something also came flying, and then the little baby cow was just kind of eyes rolling around in its head, and we left.
You told us yesterday that there's someone special in your life who thinks driving your vehicle with the windows down is trashy.
Yes.
Was your dad trashy? Because maybe that would explain why you didn't notice the smell.
Oh, the windows were always at least a little ways down because he was smoking cigarettes.
Okay, so that could be part of it.
He was a windows down guy. Even when he wasn't smoking, he was a windows down guy. Yeah. All right. Oh, we'll fire up the stupid news here for you. Stupid news is how I should have said that. This guy acted like a total bitch. Here's what happened out there in Maryland. There was a college baseball game happening at a local ballpark. Right across the street from the ballpark is the neighborhood fire station. Don't you know? The firehouse. At one point or another, a baseball ended up sailing over to the firehouse. A home run ball went traveling over that way. Now, I'm going to guess this wasn't the first time that's happened with the two buildings being right across the street from each other. But
it wasn't. They kind of told the fire department, hey, don't park your car over here during a baseball game.
Yeah.
So they were aware, very aware.
So the baseball goes sailing over the fence. A glorious home run was hit. The ball goes across the street, and it whacked into one of the firefighters' pickup trucks. Now, the firefighter who owned the pickup, being a bitch, had a fully blown, Josh, you like puns, he had a 4-alarm adult meltdown over this baseball hitting his pickup, to where he pulled out a fire hose and unleashed hundreds of gallons of water across the street onto the ball field. The ball game had to be canceled because Pencil Dick with the pickup created a pond of water in the middle of the outfield.
It took about 10 minutes to get the hose off, and by then the field was basically already underwater. Pretty disappointing. We're already not going to be able to play the full amount of games that we wanted to this summer.
Just want to apologize not only to the teams that were involved, but to the league, the players, and more importantly, the fans that were here. The fact that the game had to be canceled, so we apologize for that.
What the hell is wrong with this jagoff?
Yeah, he, pardon the pun, runs hot, that's for sure.
That was his reaction to a baseball knocking into his pickup truck. The ball club, by the name of the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts, like I said, they were forced to cancel their ball game. A feller called Dick O'Connor, who they call here the founder and director of that baseball team, the Thunderbolts, he said, there are 9 other leagues who play here. We're not the only ones that hit home runs. He's pissed. Dick said personnel from the fire department, like Josh was referencing, personnel from the fire department have been told consistently by ballpark staff that it is dangerous to park or leave their vehicle in that particular area. They've been warned, hey, a home run ball might come rambling through here.
They'd be safe if I was at the plate, but maybe some of my baseball coworkers would hit one that far out.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe if you were pitching, then they'd really be in trouble, Josh.
I did set a home run record in Little League, and I was the pitcher.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Old Dick O'Connor said, I talked to the captain. He admitted that he did it. So it was the captain of the fire department who cut loose with the fire hose, not some hot-tempered rookie or something.
Some probie.
This was the captain. And the captain apparently said to Dick, I wanted to get your attention. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you got it. Now what?
Get our
attention. An email, bro.
A baseball accidentally hit your effing vehicle. You took that personally? Are you a 6-year-old?
That's so strange.
There's video out there, Summers, of the ball players getting soaked. It's just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
These poor kids.
It's kind of funny watching some of them. The players were kind of, are you serious? This is really happening?
Yeah.
Why would somebody do something like that?
You heard it in Josh's audio. The fire department has since issued an apology for this nonsense. Someone get a cookie for that fire captain, because he's obviously a little child who needs a treat to make him feel better. That's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever heard in my life.
I used to love that when I played softball. When someone would hit a foul ball and it hit a car. That was the best.
Oh, you can hear like the horn beeping and stuff.
Yeah.
And the alarm going off.
My daughter played, and so some of those tournaments, it'd be people that hadn't been to that particular field. You'd have to tell them, like, don't park there. A lot of balls go there. And some people, didn't get the message, and you'd hear them just bank off a Tesla or something like that.
Yes.
Absolutely. That was always part of the fun of playing beer league softball was, hey, can we poke one over the fence? And if so, can we smoke somebody's vehicle? We didn't care if it was even our own. It's part of the fun.
Yep.
That town ball baseball game that Randy Shaver and I attended recently out in Maple Lake. I haven't been to a baseball game in a long time outside of the Twins. So when my wife and I pulled up on the Maple Lake baseball field, Laker Stadium, I think they call it, I said, well, Christ, look at all these great parking spots. And I went and parked right up close to the gate, just thinking, boy, the people in Maple Lake are dumber than I even gave them credit for. They're all parked way the hell over. Why isn't anyone taking these wonderful parking spots? It wasn't until we left that it dawned on me. Oh, stupid ass. The reason they're not parked up against a ballpark is because of foul balls. Now, luckily, none of them came in the direction of my vehicle, but how stupid. I thought I was...
VIP parking.
I thought I was getting a leg up on everybody else. Well, of course, it makes sense you don't park that close to the ball field. Gator State butt lords. Josh, here we go again with the Gator State people. Dude got drunk and or high on hard street drugs, or both, and then he drove his lawnmower down the highway.
Fun. I understand the temptation.
Down the highway?
Maybe not the highway, but it would be fun taking one out, I think.
Oh, around my neighborhood? Yeah, I used to like to get beers in me and drive around my neighborhood not on the friggin' highway. That's a good way to get killed.
Outside of sitting one on the state fair, I have no experience on a riding lawnmower. I want one very badly.
You would fall in love.
Yeah, you've talked about this a lot.
Every summer, Josh. Why don't you finally just pull the damn trigger?
Because it would make no sense. I don't have a lawn big enough to warrant one of those things.
Sure you do.
I think you do.
So what?
By the time I started it up, lawn mowed.
It saves you some time.
Yeah, so what? So you get it done in 5 minutes. I mean,
I did price one out the other day, and I thought, I don't think I'll be doing this, especially since I don't really need it.
And then if you do it, though, make sure you get an edger with it, too, so that I can borrow it.
No. You're going to buy the edger, and I'll borrow it.
What is this edger thing going on between the two of you?
Josh,
you brought it up yesterday. I don't remember the details on this.
Josh seems to have every tool known to man when it comes to outdoor stuff, and I'm looking to get an edger, so I thought maybe Josh would have one. I could borrow it, and he's rude and doesn't own one.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wish I had, because you're right. I do have way more tools than a guy who doesn't know how to used tool should have. That's for sure.
And you're constantly pawning stuff, not pawning, but you're like, hey, I have an extra snowblower. Who needs a snowblower? Things like that, you know? So I thought for sure Josh has got to have an edger in that garage of his.
I understand.
Stop worrying about, I don't have a lawn big enough to warrant a riding. Stop worrying about stuff like that. Go get what you want. You obviously want a riding lawnmower. Everybody does. Go friggin' get one and enjoy it.
I'm just going to buy a ski mask and break into the Toro plant. That's my plan.
That's a great idea.
I'll be like, what, $3? That's all that'll cost.
I can help you. For free, too.
I bet you could.
All right, so cops got a telephone call about a Gator State buttlord driving a lawnmower all sideways down the effing highway. When John Law rolled up on the scene, they saw a 38-year-old man behind the wheel of his sweet riding lawnmower. Dude's name was Christopher. The cop said Christopher immediately showed signs of impairment. And here were the signs, which I found interesting. The cops put this in their report. The signs of impairment. Pinpoint pupils, just little pin dot pupils.
Oh, scary.
Yeah. I don't know what's scarier on a person, when their pupils are just pin pricks or when they're sumbitching wide open like an angry cat.
The second one.
Yeah?
Yeah. The wider the eyes, I think the crazier they are.
Really? Okay. So I should look
I'm not trained, but that's just my layman's opinion.
You're a man of great experience.
Have you guys ever looked in the mirror before and noticed that one of your pupils were enlarged and the other one was very small?
No!
That is a scary situation because never look it up. Never look it up because
what kind
immediately.
of drug causes that?
Nothing. It's just like, I think from moving to certain rooms, different kind of light exposure to your eyes. But that's happened to me multiple times, and it always just freaks me out. And for a second, I'm like, did I take any drugs? No, not it. I'm safe.
I haven't seen that. I once made another person so angry. They were screaming at me because I made them so angry. But I noticed their pupils went from normal to, they blew up to where they were wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
And it kind of freaked me out. I had never seen that before. And I thought, I think I just forced this person into like a level of psychosis. Their pupils just wide open.
Maybe that's what happens when people say that they see red. Like they black out when they're angry.
Ooh, it must be magic.
That's such a good song.
Inside your eyes, I see my destiny.
Oh, I love that song.
Every time we kiss, I feel don't tell me. Every time we kiss, I feel something. He felt something. Okay. Here are the other signs of impairment that the cops saw in this Christopher character who was driving his lawnmower down the highway. This guy's pupils, again, were pinpoint. He had flushed skin. He had a dry mouth. And he had irritation on the side of his nose. The cops noticed that Christopher kept sniffing and spitting and clearing his throat. So that's a sign of cocaine, maybe?
Yeah.
Anyways, Christopher was all effed up.
He's got a numb throat. That sucks.
And they handed Christopher a DWI. I'm not sure where he was headed on that lawnmower. It wasn't mentioned in the story.
Just a joyride.
Just a joyride, yeah.
I can't believe I forgot to tell you this. Over the weekend, I saw one of those robot lawnmowers. I'd never seen one in person.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Did it look like it was doing a pretty good job?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, the thing didn't look very nice. It kind of looked like a 30-year-old vacuum cleaner, but just, without the handle.
Yeah.
And it did an awesome, and the yard was really big, and I watched it go up to the curb, go around. So I don't know if they pre-mapped it or they have to bury a line or how it works out.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
That is so fancy.
Never seen something like that before. Outside of on, YouTube or something.
Couple in my neighborhood, Cubby. I see them all the time.
They do a pretty good job, too?
Again, I don't stick around to see the finished product, but it looks like it knows what it's doing. Sure. I think the last time we talked about robot lawnmowers a couple weeks ago, I mentioned it's usually folks with a tiny little lawn.
This was
the lucky people with a tiny little lawn.
This was a This was a decent-sized lawn. So, and does it go super slow? This one was barely moving.
The ones I've seen go pretty slow. But what do you care? You're inside.
Right.
Whacking off.
Yeah.
Take your time, robot lawnmower. Take your time.
I've got all day.
There's 45 minutes worth of this Angela White video that I need to.
You know, sometimes somebody will send you a survey after you buy something, whether it's to check how you thought the service was or what do you think of our product, that kind of thing.
Sure.
And sometimes they'll ask you, what made you decide? What if you brought that up? Well, I needed more time to whack off. And now I have all the time in the world.
It's not going to whack itself. That's why I bought your robot lawnmower. Thank you, Roomba, or whoever you are.
These are testimonials from real customers.
North Star Woodworks, Jesus said, look up the Yarbo. It snow blows your driveway and mows the yard.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I wonder how many thousands of dollars they want for that. It snow blows my driveway, and it does what else?
Oh.
And it mows.
A couple.
How much is it?
$5,700.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I guess
it's rechargeable?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, it's not, well, yeah, I guess it would have to be, right?
That
Unless it's gigantic.
Sounds really, really nice. I'd have to see it to fully understand it.
It does look pretty cool.
Barbecue electrician Jesus said his neighbor has a robot lawnmower. He had to lay a wire for it to follow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cordless electric.
Wow. Okay, so you said it's $5,000. The battery probably cost another $5,000. Wouldn't you, Josh? The batteries are the things that they get you on with those products, right?
Oh yeah, I've had that happen before where I needed a battery replaced, and I ended up just buying one that came with the battery. It was for a trimmer, and I just bought like a weed whip. I just bought a new one because it was about the same price as a battery, just an upgraded version.
This thing is so sweet, though.
Can I see a picture? So this is a product that...
So these are like all the different attachment vibes. So you got like lawnmower, snowblower, leaf blower.
So by the time you're done, you've spent about $10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't come with all that?
It doesn't look like that. Like there's different, you can get different levels of it.
The Yarbo also weed whips your lawn, people are saying? Holy heck.
This is crazy.
Think of all the time we'd have to masturbate. It does everything.
You know what I saw someone doing the other day on YouTube? Now, I have a patio and a certain amount of landscaping, and the weeds creep up. You guys know how it is, right?
Yep.
And sure, I go out and I pour gallons of unhealthy chemicals that'll probably affect future generations. I pour it all over the place. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Who wants to live forever, right? But, of course, weeds are going to find a way to come back. So I've been trying to... And then you get the weed whacker out, you pour all the dangerous chemicals. I do all that. But still, they're going to come back. I saw someone on YouTube the other day that had a blowtorch. Now, not one that you'd see John Rambo carrying around. Just, I wish I could...
I know what you're talking about. My husband wants one of those.
Yeah.
It's specifically to kill weeds.
Oh, I didn't know that it was specifically for.
At least the commercial I saw
But
for
it was just a narrow, skinny, scrawny-looking little blowtorch contraption, and they just go around to all the weeds and just... and wipe them out instantly.
I've got this thing that kind of looks like a pogo stick, and to pull weeds, it's awesome. It gets it from the root.
That sounds like a lot of physical work.
Well, it's a little bit, but it's so much easier than like having to bend over.
How the hell do you get with the cracks in the pavement and the patio and the?
Oh yeah, I don't have a patio. I was just saying like in your yard or garden bed or something like that.
Did your guys' parents, or specifically my mom would make me do this, go out and like dig up the dandelions with the little dandelion tool?
Yeah.
Gosh, I would spend hours doing that.
And they'd always come back.
Yeah.
All right. What were we talking about?
She just wanted you out of the house, Ashley.
This Yarbo's insane. Ginger Machine Jesus said the Yarbo even does your taxes and walks your dog.
I'll be dipped.
No wonder it's $5,000. It's called a weed burner, people are saying.
Okay, so it is a product specifically for weeds.
I guess.
Okay, I have to look this up. I thought it was something that someone, rigged up at home.
Oh, they're not expensive.
I would end up killing myself if I tried to rig up my own blowtorch. Okay, great. Thank you for the text.
They're only like $50, dude. Let's buy one of these.
Dude, I'm going to get one today. Okay. Weed burner. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. The listeners, the brotherhood, sisterhood, always setting us straight.
Will you bring it to work? I'm going to start smoking.
Yeah.
Just light my cigarettes.
I would love that.
There is somebody here that's using it to start a fire in a fire pit. So, yeah, it can be used for other things.
All right, they're at it again. They've cut loose with that swingers party again in stupid-ass England. We've mentioned these folks before. You might remember thousands of swingers show up at a campground this time every year. They fold each other in half and pump away at all hours, and folks in the neighborhood bitch about the loud orgasm sounds and whips cracking and ass slapping all day, all night. Wembayami? What the hell does he have to... This is kind of their thing. They're the loud, gross, English swinger sex group. So, Josh, at this point, I think they're making loud noises on purpose because it's their calling card.
I agree with you 100%.
I mean, the first version of this swingers group who rented a campground, they rent out an entire campground. The first group were legit. They were pinballing back and forth off of each other, tagging in and out of threesomes and whatnot, hollering all night long. They were legit. But I feel, Josh feels, since they made the news for that, now all the future swingers groups, they're doing this now because, hey, this is what we're known for.
Yeah, they're putting it on.
It's a 3-day event, outdoors in a campground, louder than all hell.
That's so long.
Locals are calling the cops with noise complaints. Swing-a-thon, they call it. They set up what they call play tents, where you walk in and bang whoever's bent over at the time.
Where do they keep all the Gatorade? There's got to be a lot of Gatorade.
A mini fridge.
They got those big old casket coolers, I'm sure, every corner of the... There's pole dancing, there's foam parties, mobile dungeons, sex games. One of the games is called Butt Plug Bingo. Now, one of the locals who's not involved in this spooge NATO, one of the locals says, we're becoming known as the swingers capital is how you say it. We're becoming known as the swingers capital of England, and that's not the title we want. It's mostly elderly people and families in this town. We don't need this aggravation, they said. Loud moaning sounds all night long.
Chill out, have a beer, and play some butt plug bingo.
Would anyone here care if your town was known for that?
Nah.
It would not bother me whatsoever.
I find it pretty interesting.
No, but Josh, if I'm at home and I'm trying to get some sleep, and the swingers campground next door is being loud, and I know they're doing it on purpose, then I could see myself getting aggravated and maybe...
You want legit orgasms. Legit.
If I knew they were doing it, like we were just discussing, if I knew they were doing it just because they want to be heard and they want to be known and they want to be recognized, then I could see maybe throwing some roadkill over the fence and down onto a couple or something, just to piss them off. The organizer of the swing-a-thon, of course, paints a picture of their group sex party as the most well-behaved crowd you've ever met. Matt is the guy's name. He's the grand marshal of the swing-a-thon. He said, through a GIMP mask, he said, contrary to some beliefs, there are no keys in bowls or lecherous individuals or a high level of STDs amongst this community.
No, we just have mobile dungeons.
Individuals within this community are respectful. Well, not to your neighbors, you're not. Conscientious and more likely to practice safe sex than the average person you might meet in a club, and I don't believe a word of any of that. Tickets to get into the party goes for around $250.
Dang. You could get a Yarbo. A buddy of mine's a contractor. and he stumbled upon a sex den in a Minneapolis basement.
Sex den?
Yeah, he was they needed some electrical work, and so he's running through there, and one of the rooms was like a cave, basically, or they made it look like a cave with straps and sex swings and everything you can ask for.
Yeah, nice.
So scary.
All right, we got the first negative thing about a yarbo, which we've learned this morning. It'll plow your driveway, it'll mow your lawn.
Plow your wife.
Well, that's where I'm going with this.
Oh.
Here's the negative part. This texter said that his wife actually left him for a yarbo after the yarbo took her to a swingers party.
I get it. They're very appealing.
Yeah, I could see the attraction.
Yeah, again, I got nothing against a swingers group.
3 days, though. They got to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Hey, train all year for it, Ashley.
That's true.
I bet by the end they're cooked.
And it seems like it's not really young people going to, well, I've never been to one, but that's my understanding from people that have. It's middle-aged folks from what I've heard.
The swingers that I've known were certainly middle-aged.
So, I mean, it takes a while after you finish one. I mean, maybe one a day, but that'd be a lot of training. That's ridiculous.
Again, I got nothing against them, but to me, it sounds like these folks, they've gained this reputation as the loud orgasm gang, and they're pushing it now. They're pushing it.
Mohawk Mechanic Jesus said that Rush City is the dildo capital of Minnesota. A few people have actually texted in saying there's some of those swinger camps here and in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. I'm well aware of a few of them. Josh, maybe you could teach a course on dead silent orgasms.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Not a peep. How do you do it?
Years of not hearing it from the other person, and I just kind of emulate that. I don't want to be the loud one.
Hey, my partners have never made any noise. Why should I?
Yeah, I don't think I've pleased any of them.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'd never get kicked out of a library if we decided to make a little GUI decimal system and the mystery and thrillers on.
What the F did you just say?
I was asked by corporate to make a Dewey Decimal System joke at some point, and that's the best I could do.
I will be damned.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
And as Buxton is swinging a drive into left center field and deep, back it goes! It is gone! Another leadoff home run! And a Southern California buck truck sighting here at Dodger Stadium. It is 1-0 Twins.
Hey, that was cool.
And I'm assuming they won. I turned it off after that. They must have won. The Twins must have beat the Dodgers last.
You would have thought, the way the game started, they'd come away with a victory, but no. But that was really cool. Second pitch of the ball game, I believe. Buck more or less called Ohtani a bitch.
He did.
Yep.
He did. He said, that pitch right there, that looks like something a bitch would throw. And he hit it over that was cool. And then the yard sales kept going, but they were all Dodger yard sales, and the Twins lost last night 5-2 in Los Angeles. David Festa started for the Twins, and he looked pretty good overall, but the dongs, there were a couple 3 dongs did him in. They'll play again tonight. Simeon Woods Richardson's going to start tonight for the Twins. Angel Reese is in town to play the Lynx tonight.
That's your girl. Are you going to go watch?
No, but I'll turn it on my television. Best basketball player in the friggin' world is here
in the world
to play the Lynx tonight. I think that's pretty cool. I like that Angel Reese tonight. I will love it when our listeners, well, like I said earlier, just check in and say hello and let us know who they are. It's extra special when we get like a follow-up. When we get a follow-up. Do you remember last Friday, Josh, we were talking about a listener. We were talking about nicknames. This listener texted in and said, my last name is Shirk, and in high school they called me Shirkle Jerk.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with that.
We did. That was clever.
I got a follow-up text. He says, hey, guys, it's Shirkle Jerk here from Friday. Someone called me that listens to your program. And he said, hey, was that you they were talking about? And I said, yes. He says, since then, I'm not sure exactly what this means, but he said, I have tagged half of my high school graduating class on Facebook. We've been wetting ourselves laughing about this all weekend.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
Thanks for getting back to us, Shirkle Jerk.
Yeah, I'm glad he's got a good sense of humor about it.
And I'm glad all your buddies and your gal friends are getting a kick out of it. That's why we're here. For that kind of thing, and so Josh can finally open up his pocketbook and afford to buy a damn riding lawnmower. We'll check in with Cubby and his news report next on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
Hello to all my homies in the chat. I'm Haley Carania with some very inconvenient truths.
Your go-to place for the hottest button issues.
Don't you hate when facts get in the way of a good news story?
Cut through the noise and get ready to scroll through the chaos of the modern world, one hot take at a time.
Hear me out. We might need to spread this information 24/7. Let's get into some scrolling time.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
I love this place.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I wouldn't have sex with you if I was starving and your wiener was a ham sandwich.
93X rocks.
If the first and second rules of Fight Club are not to talk about Fight Club, the third rule, that is, should probably be don't fire your weapon and draw a bunch of cops to it. But that's exactly what happened Sunday night at a New York swim center where an underground fight club got busted after gunfire rang out, ending with 13 arrests.
Scary to know that a gunshot went off and just thank God my kid wasn't there.
Police responded about 6 p.m. to reports of shots fired near the Brookhaven Aquatic Center. They quickly shut down what turned out to be an unauthorized brawling event. Most of those arrested were between 16 and 20 years old, and local lawmakers are sick of it.
An example needs to be set because, you know what? People have had it. You know, the good people of Mastic Shirley and Mastic Beach and elsewhere have had it with all these stupidity, fight clubs, car meetups.
Wasn't the first time police had to step in.
That guy's had enough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's sweating angry in the video.
Oh, I like it.
You could tell he was holding back. A few weeks earlier, officers broke up another fight club, this one in a park, after it was promoted on social media. That midday melee drew about 70 people, most of them in their early 20s. The notion of illicit organized brawls was popularized by the 1996 novel Fight Club, based on the author's own experience participating in them. The book was later turned into the cult classic 1999 film starring Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. The book and movie have been out for decades, but somehow people are still forgetting the first rule.
Never saw it. I can't imagine, even if I lived to be 1,000, Josh, I can't imagine getting involved in something like that.
No. I mean, you know, watching the movie, it did seem kind of cool. But like you, I wouldn't want... Now I wouldn't even want to go. 30 years ago, maybe I'd want to go check something like that out. I don't want to even be in the crowd for something like that. We used to go to some of those boxing events where I thought, we're less safe in the crowd than if we were in the ring or something.
Who volunteers for stuff like that? You got to be one troubled sumbitch.
Yeah, they're real young guys.
Yeah.
You know, they said 16 and 20 in that range. Some sad news is actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has died. According to his representatives, the 54-year-old drowned while swimming during a family vacation in Costa Rica.
Theo Huxtable battled with his sisters. He disappointed his parents, and he was a cool guy all through it. We resonated with him. We related to him. His passing is so horrific because if you're a guy of a certain age, you feel like you just lost someone you grew up with.
I agree. I thought Theo was very cool.
I absolutely loved him.
Yeah, me too. A New Jersey native, Warner earned a Primetime Emmy nomination along with multiple Young Artist Award nominations. He went on to win 3 of those. And as part of the Best Young Ensemble, he won part of the Best Young Ensemble of a TV comedy, drama, or special alongside his on-screen siblings.
Denise! Is this my shirt? You don't like it? It's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen.
After nearly 200 episodes as Theo, Warner took on a wide range of TV roles, from Sons of Anarchy and American Horror Story to American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson.
I watched him in The Resident. He played a doctor in that TV show, and I just finished it not too long ago. That's so crazy.
Yeah, he starred in nearly 100 episodes of The Resident as Dr. D.J. Austin. Some people also know him from Key and Peele, Dexter, Community, Suits, Alert Missing Persons Unit, and 911. So he was very busy after The Cosby Show. A second person was also injured in the tragedy and was rushed to a clinic in critical condition. That person's identity was not released.
He was a badass in The Resident. He was the guy that you went to when stuff hit the fan.
I saw a couple episodes, and yeah, he was like the kind of the genius doctor they brought in. That was at least the gist of what I got watching it.
Yep.
That's really terrible for him to go so young.
Only 54.
It sounds like he met his maker in front of his family. He was on a family vacation. What a gig he had as a kid, before we all knew that Bill Cosby was one of the most dangerous people in America. What a gig to be 13, 14 years old on that television program. And if you're not old enough, you don't know how massive that show was. That was, by a landslide, the most popular show on television for quite a stretch of time before Cheers took that spot. But he was very good. He was very likable. One of the funniest scenes in sitcom history, if you ask me, is an old episode of The Cosby Show where Theo tries to hide his pierced ear from his dad. If you want, maybe I shouldn't call it the funniest, but one of the most well acted, just well put on. So if you don't know, maybe look that episode up. Maybe you can find it on YouTube where Theo tries to hide his pierced ear from his dad, played by Bill Cosby. That's a big loss. He was a very, very, very popular and likable guy.
It was must-see TV. That was one of a few shows where the entire family would never miss. We would always sit down.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest guy in southern Minnesota will lead deputies on a high-speed chase atop an unregistered motorcycle with fake license plates reading "Will Run." Unfortunately for him, police will chase, and chase they did. The Meeker County Sheriff's Office was alerted early Sunday evening about a motorcyclist driving at speeds over 100 miles per hour. A deputy attempted to pull the motorcyclist over, but he revved up the rebellion and fled faster than a CEO dodging a Coldplay kiss cam, leading police on a pursuit. After a couple of miles, he and his fake "Will Run" vanity plate pulled into a residence, and he tried to make a run for it on foot, but the cops were better runners. They caught up to the 37-year-old, who will need lawyer as he's facing several criminal charges. No matter what the weather guy says, if you go for a late-night walk in Florida, make sure you bring an umbrella, because you never know when it's going to golden shower. A 30-year-old New York advertising executive was arrested over the weekend after urinating from a rooftop bar right onto some very unlucky pedestrians below.
Come on. That's just awful.
Matthew Day was taken into custody for disorderly conduct about 1:30 a.m. Saturday at The Landing, a downtown St. Petersburg spot billed as an elevated hangout balcony bar. According to police, Day made his way up to the rooftop, pulled his shorts down, and began urinating over the balcony, peeing on unsuspecting passerby who were understandably pissed off. The criminal complaint noted he showed signs of being overserved and undersober. And once security saw the mess Day was making with his penis, they handed him over to police.
That's gross.
Yeah, and so it sounds like it was about 15 feet up. And so, they were doused pretty much immediately. Didn't have a lot of chance to run away.
No warning?
No, he got him good.
They didn't realize they were in a golden shower watch?
No.
That'd be so violent.
There's nothing worse than taking it in the butt when you're not ready. But that's exactly what happened to a senior citizen on Long Island. 65-year-old Vanetta Morris was heading out to grab some groceries when someone grazed Grandma near the gooch. Her butt got caught in the crossfire and her rear became collateral damage. I heard the shot and felt it, Morris said, recalling the moment she was hitting the buttocks while pushing a shopping cart outside her apartment building. It was about 10 a.m. She was on her way to pick up something for Sunday dinner when the shots rang out. Investigators don't believe Morris was the intended target. The bullet, they're not going to take out. Doctors say it'll just work its way out on its own.
I hope she wasn't the intended target. It's ridiculous. Yeah, in the butt, too.
What do you mean? She's going to poop it out?
I just going to eventually grow out of it? I didn't know that they would ever do something like that. I'd make a request that they pluck it out of there if they could.
Yeah, please take the bullet out of my butt.
Friends don't flog friends with crutches. And they definitely don't frog march them butt naked through frosty British back streets. But apparently in Wales, winter walks get weird. A 42-year-old UK man's been sentenced to prison after attacking his friend and parading him naked through the village streets. During a get-together at an apartment January 30th, Carl Griffiths, likely under the influence of drugs or alcohol, police said, accused his friend and the friend's girlfriend of stealing from him. He started beating them with crutches, then ordered his friend to strip, saying they were going for a walk. That walk turned into a humiliating ordeal. Griffiths took both their phones and went full Game of Thrones, forcing the man completely naked out into the freezing cold, marching him through the streets in shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame. Shame.
Back at the apartment, Griffiths wasn't done. He smashed a TV, then called the police himself, saying, somebody better come and get me. I'm going to kill someone.
Duh.
When officers arrived, he told them he'd shown up at his friend's place after an argument with his mother. He was upset, and he admitted to everything. In court, the victim said that the incident deeply affected his mental health and left him feeling unsafe in his own home. He added that while it wasn't right, he didn't want to press charges against his friend. The judge called Griffith's behavior irrational and likely fueled by substances, though noted several people had written letters describing him as a kind man. Still, that damage was done, and he was sentenced to 31 months behind bars.
Obviously, he got the idea from that television show.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? He was trying to shame him out there. He stole from him in his mind.
Wow. Very creative.
I wouldn't expect something like that. That's
No.
for sure. I would think, well, he just beat me with crutches.
Yeah.
Got to be over now.
This guy's going to kick my ass. I would never think I was up against freezing cold weather being paraded around in the nudes.
A 40-year-old Florida man was arrested Saturday in Englewood after turning a normal afternoon into a Park Place penis viewing, complete with imaginary friends and a shocking lack of pants.
We looked over, we seen the sheriff chasing after a naked man.
Cops were dispatched following frantic calls about a stark naked stranger screaming profanities and threatening a woman holding a baby. When they arrived, they found Justin Miller, fully nude, yelling at people who may or may not have actually existed. He refused to listen to commands and just kept walking through a public park, but as deputies moved in, things got chasey. He ran into a Dollar General store, ignoring more commands, and landed himself on the ouchie end of a buy-one-get-one tasering, getting zapped twice. But even then, he managed to slip away, sprinting through the parking lot, still as naked as the way Dana sleeps. Except this time, the audience wasn't just one grossed-out new wife. It was a whole crowd of horrified parents and stunned shoppers. At one point, he actually charged at a deputy, crashing right into him, and that finally brought that chase to an end.
We did look over at some point and heard a sound such as a pop pop. We ran inside. Hopefully we don't see anything like that around here again.
Miller finally went from birthday suit to jumpsuit as deputies eventually got him cuffed and covered up.
What a crazy thing to see, the police chasing down a naked man.
Yeah, that'd be liven the afternoon up a little bit.
I'll tell you what, those workers there, they talked to some folks at a restaurant that saw it all. They seem pretty entertained.
Keep going with those narcotics, people.
Yeah, I don't think it's working out for a few folks here. A 53-year-old North Carolina man transformed a normal Walmart run into a strange crime spree, complete with teeth marks. Victor Roberts was arrested after police say he helped himself to $228 worth of beer, chicken, detergent, and other items that he wasn't going to pay for. Officers found him sitting in his car in the parking lot. When they asked him to step out, he said no, then started looking around his car, claiming he had a gun. At one point, he even told officers he'd shoot them with his mystery gun. He got more stupid when an officer pulled him from the vehicle. He started reaching for the officer's very real firearm, which could have gone real bad. Then Roberts got naughty. He bit one of the officers, gnawing on the officer's left hand.
Oh, that's how you get a disease.
The officer or the guy or both?
The officer.
After sinking his teeth into the officer and being taken into custody, hopefully for a cavity search, police searched the vehicle. While they didn't find a gun, they did discover a glass pipe used for smoking cocaine. This is sad, too. A now settled lawsuit alleged a surgeon and anesthesiologist failed to notice their patient had stopped breathing during what should have been a routine eye surgery because they were distracted by playing a game.
Oh, boy.
56-year-old Bart Ryder died shortly after being transferred from the operating room in 2023. His wife claims the game distracted the surgical team, who failed to monitor Bart's vital signs during the procedure, and musical bingo was to blame-o.
Were you playing music bingo during Bart Ryder's February 3rd, 2023 cataract surgery?
Yes. Musical bingo involved playing mostly 70s and 80s hits with staff matching artists to the letters B-I-N-G-O. For example, the Bee Gees would count for B. The cataract procedure was expected to take just over 10 minutes. Ryder's family believed it carried minimal risk.
Come on. God dang.
You've got one job.
At least it wasn't butt plug bingo.
Well, that one, maybe they would have been a little more alert.
Everyone goes home a winner when you play butt plug bingo.
What they didn't know, the family, the doctors often played the game during operations.
Is that right?
Making music a regular presence in the OR. Now, they didn't have problems with the music, but apparently the alarms had been turned down or off so they could hear the music. So when his breathing stopped, no one noticed.
Do you agree that the alarms monitoring the vital signs should not have been disabled or turned off? Fair?
Yes, that is fair.
This is just terrible.
Yeah, maybe save that for the break room.
In court filings, Surgeon Dr. Johnson blamed the anesthesiologist, Dr. Urban, for violating protocol. Urban maintained his actions were appropriate and everyone was playing. The case settled out of court but raised troubling questions about professionalism and distraction in their operating rooms.
Put them all in jail. That's ridiculous. What are you doing?
Yeah,
That's a damn shame.
10 minutes. They could have played before or afterwards. The most important 10 minutes of that guy's life.
Oh, man. Remind me of this when I get cataracts, Josh. Remind me just to stay home and deal with it.
Hey, let's play before or afterwards.
Or, yeah, I'll play the game with these fools before the operation.
Yeah.
Get it out of their system. F me running sideways.
Rumor has it God gifted him with fantastic genitals. David Spade, 61 today. John Leguizamo, 65. 5 years his senior, Willem Dafoe, 70. And he thought he was too old for this crap before. Danny Glover, 79 years old.
Dang,
wow.
I love him.
That's crazy. You know, we got something very special this morning. Yeah. Ashley has a message for Shortstop Jesus.
I'm a little nervous to do this. This is a big deal. This is really exciting and special news. So hopefully I don't mess it up. Shortstop Jesus, your wife and I now have something in common. Your wife, Danny, wanted us to pass on the news that you are going to be a father. So congratulations to the both of you.
That's awesome. Oh, my God.
Yay.
Awesome. Yeah,
I really hope she was listening to the beginning of the show today when we talked about the horrors of labor and delivery.
No, don't listen to that.
Oh, we talked about tearing. We talked about feces. We talked about placenta.
Yeah, we covered a little bit of everything.
How did this work out? How is it that you're making this announcement?
She left a note on the door of our building because nobody was here when she stopped by yesterday.
Wow.
And asked if we could give a shout out. So,
that's very sweet.
God, I hope this is good news.
That's so cool to be involved in this, the announcement of the pregnancy. But
yeah.
Where were you during the conception? Maybe we would have liked to have been involved in that in some way as well.
Yeah, we would have come on and rooted you guys on.
I'll be damned.
Yes, congratulations to the happy couple. Sending love to Wisconsin blind guy Jesus recovering from surgery. Get well soon, buddy. Happy birthday to Timbot2 turning 42 today. And happy 48th birthday to Sweaty. the biggest Lady Gaga fan in Woodbury. That's 93X News.
He's playing with the meth pipe right now. He's trying to smoke it. All right. Enough fun and games.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
There's a drive to left center field. It's another bomb for the Dodgers. 4 tonight. There's no setting the table. It's just tipping the table over.
Let's welcome Randy Shaver to be part of our nightmare. Hello, Randy. Hello, Randy.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
And a special Tuesday appearance from Brad Ryder. What up, fool?
Good morning.
Oh, this is very nice. You know
what's going on? Why is Brad here?
Ask him. I don't know. Brad, why are you here?
I thought it was Wednesday. So I decided to call in.
Christ's sake.
I did too.
He thought it was what? We've been talking a lot about childbirth this morning, Brad and Randy. Naturally.
Really?
Yeah, with the predicament that Ashley finds herself currently in.
What's that? That she's pregnant?
She is.
Yep. 1 month to
I didn't
go.
know that.
A month from today is her due date.
Wow.
Well, it might be less than a month. You never know.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking it's going to be because of his size. Depending on how I have an appointment tomorrow, depending on how that goes, he's probably going to be, I'm going to be induced or do an elective C-section at 39 weeks. So technically only 3 weeks.
You said earlier you wouldn't mind at all having him here live on the radio.
No.
Great for ratings, Ashley. Take one for the team, would you?
That would just be so funny.
We'd make the news.
I can't help but think about just how great that would be.
No, we wouldn't make the news.
No, we wouldn't. Wishful
Ashley,
thinking.
who would you want to deliver the baby?
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, okay. He's been there before. He knows what's going on.
Not with Ashley, to be very clear.
Yeah.
Kind of describe, Ashley, the jobs that each of those guys would have during the process of delivery.
It's interesting you bring this up because earlier we were talking about this situation, and she did give me a responsibility. She did not name what she was looking from Dana, what she was looking for from Dana and or Josh, if in fact she has it right here in the studio live on the radio. So yeah, that's it's interesting you brought that up, Randy. So what was my job going to be again?
To berate her.
Emotional support.
Emotional support. You like a rah-rah guy, like a you can do it guy, or if you need to be, straightened out one way or the other, I can do that too. I can offer up constructive criticism too. It's not all going to be positive. Some of it might be negative.
Yeah, I need some of the negative.
All right. I just thought of something that the only thing I could be useful for in this situation for you, Ashley. Soon as you go into labor, I'm in the car going to the liquor store to get you some cigarettes and booze.
Yeah, you can also pick me up a Subway sandwich on the way back, too.
Yep.
You know, it'd be pretty cool, too. Dana, you can share toys with the baby once he comes out.
I'll run home and get some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures for the young son to play with.
Yeah,
I've
Josh.
been known to be an aggressive driver, so I'll drive you to the hospital.
Oh, thank you for the aftercare. Thank you. And then, I'd have Josh catching the baby, but who's gonna cut the cord?
Oh.
I'm hoping I'm still at the liquor store for that part.
I'll cut it for you.
Yeah, I think all the gross actual delivery stuff should fall in Cubby's lap because he's been there before. He's been on the front lines for this kind of thing before.
And I think you would be calm and collective. I think inside you would be freaking out, but on the outside, I think you would display a very cool, calm guy. We do have
try
some.
And do that. You should ask. Next time you hang out with my stepkids, next time you're around them, ask about taking driving lessons. But the difference between my wife and me.
That's how it always is, right?
Because as my daughter's blowing a red light, I'll say, typically you want to slow down before that, and you want to come to a stop. My wife would freak out and swear and grab handles. She just gets terrified.
That was the same situation with my parents when I learned how to drive. My mom was impossible to learn from. Oh, she just hit that imaginary brake the whole entire time. I didn't learn how to drive until I finally drove with my dad.
I picture from the way it's been described.
That's funny.
When my kids describe it, I picture, when you try and put a cat into a crate, that type of everything spread out and you're grabbing onto whatever you can. I picture her doing that while teaching how to drive.
We do have some rusty, probably like 20-year-old scissors in here that could get the job done. Those blue ones you got right in front of you, Nick.
We're We're as ready, I guess, as we can be for such a thing. For you to give birth live on the radio, that would be incredible.
I should bring in some of the puppy pads that my husband has been putting down for me. He has some in his truck because he doesn't want me to wreck his truck when we're driving around.
Are you serious?
I should make like a splash zone over here.
I mean,
that's funny.
Ashley made a great point earlier when we were having this conversation where she said, something along the lines of, it's not as if with the condition of this building and specifically our carpeting, it's not as if anyone's going to notice another stain.
And that is not a joke or an exaggeration at all.
No.
How many people have we met who have come into this building for the first time that comment on it? Like, was that a murder scene over there? Why is that so disgusting?
Right. A lot of DNA. So puppy pads, though, are a good idea. That would be quite an incredible thing to experience a childbirth live on the radio. So we've been talking a lot about this kind of thing. And just a few minutes ago, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, a female listener just used our program to announce a pregnancy to her boyfriend.
Husband.
Husband. And hopefully the dude wasn't driving when he heard. But that was kind of cool, too, that she wanted to use this program to make such a life-changing announcement. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we were joking about it, but that's an honor. Thank you for including us in that.
Yeah, that is really special.
I wish we could have seen the reaction.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, you two folks, you two fellers have both reproduced. Was there anything special about the announcements of your children's, not of the... what's the word I'm looking for? When your wife told you she was knocked up, was there anything special about those moments do you remember a certain place or a certain situation?
I do not, actually. I mean, I remember a lot of conversations about what are we going to name the child, those types of things, but I don't remember how I was exactly told.
Yeah, I think we were trying hard.
Oh, yeah?
At the beginning, so we were always checking.
The P test.
She was always checking, yeah. So I'm sure it's one of those times where she checked and said, oh, my gosh, it happened.
She went into the bathroom, she came back and said, yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out about as soon as you can find out because we were trying for a couple of months and then we changed one thing, and then I was very lucky. It was very easy to get pregnant, and it was usually women will find out around 8 weeks or so because you'll miss a period.
Oh.
But you'll kind of wait a little bit, think maybe it's a fluke, maybe it's that. But I found out at like 4 weeks and 1 day, which kind of sucks because then you have to wait longer. Like you actually.
Right.
I mean. Yeah, it was.
Sure.
It made the pregnancy a lot longer.
You could have had another month where you were oblivious to this.
Yes.
Right.
Chugged Up Plumber Jesus said he found out his wife was pregnant on the exact day he was laid off. He said, what a roller coaster.
Oh, that's tough. I don't know if I would have broke that news.
The story that I've been told over the years, as a lot of you know, I'm one half of a set of twins. I wish it wasn't that way. But it has been now for 53 years. The story I'm told is that my mother informed my dad that she was pregnant with twins while he was on the top rung of a ladder. And I consider that to be attempted murder.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game.
Why would you tell your husband that when he's on the top rung of a ladder? What are you, nuts or something?
Appliance whisperer Jesus said that his baby mama told him she was pregnant from behind the glass while he was sitting in the Polk County jail.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That's one way to do it.
He's probably thinking, I'm going to stay in here for a bit.
I got a text that says, with all this talk about, how does this say again? With all this talk today about birth, I'm worried you might have forgotten about Jalen Hurts' birthday. Can we get a countdown check? Thank you. Jalen Hurts' birthday, 16 days, 8 hours, 56 minutes, and 57 seconds. Thank you for reminding me. All right. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about today. Babies falling out.
Very, very exciting.
Grown folks. You heard in our intro there, the twins. came up short in Los Angeles. Speaking of Twins, they came up short in Los Angeles last night. Game 1 out of 3 with the Dodgers. L.A. beat them 5-2. It was cool to watch Buck go yard on Ohtani.
Yep.
Leading off the ball game. Beyond
nice
that,
way to start. Yeah.
Great way to start. Beyond that, it was the yard sale that killed the Twins.
Yeah.
Ohtani hit one for himself. That Smith dude went deep twice off of David Festa. Kind of a shame. Festa looked pretty solid otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it was an average start.
Yeah.
Well, for a young guy just getting going.
Well, he's not just getting going. He's been with this organization and attempting to be a starting pitcher for at least the last year, maybe 2. You just wish that you could see more positive things coming from these young guys. I mean, we've seen flashes for sure, but nothing super solid. And
At any rate,
had their chances. The offense had people on.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 9 hits. They got some walks and some hit batters.
Yeah, they left 13 men on base.
Yeah,
I mean, that was you're right. They had opportunities, and I would say that they had a better shot at getting to Dustin May and Tanner Scott than they did against Ohtani, but still. They had opportunities.
Yeah, there were missed opportunities. Carlos Correa went 0 for 5. He got booed heavily in every at-bat by Dodgers fans, still pissed off about the 2017 World Series.
But if you want the clearest reason that these Twins are underperforming this year, just look and see that Carlos Correa is hitting 6th and Royce Lewis is hitting 7th. 2 studs who are replacement level this year.
It's really hard to hear, but they're saying cheater. Too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd is saying cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very unoriginal.
They will not let that go.
No.
Long memories.
Carlos, who's batting 7th behind Carlos? I couldn't
Royce
hear
Lewis.
Him.
Royce Lewis, yeah.
And yeah, Carlos hasn't hit this year, but he did have a chance to shut all those stiffs up in the 9th. He damn near hit the game-tying dong with 2 on and 2 out. Came up just a couple of feet short. The Dodgers center fielder made the grab at the wall. So Shohei Ohtani is the first pitcher to give up a dong and hit a dong in the first inning of a ball game since a Philadelphia Phillies pitcher by the name of Randy Lurch in 1979 was the last time a pitcher gave up a yard sale and hit a yard sale in the first inning of a big league ball game. That was at Wrigley Field in May of 1979. The final score in that ball game was 23-22 in favor of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Always got after that afternoon.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it's almost impossible to do because most pitchers hit 9th
right
in the order, and so they're going to have to come up in the first inning to be able to do that, let alone come up in the first inning or hit a home run.
That's a very good point, Brad Ryder. And what's funny is this.
I got to look up this box score. That's just crazy.
That game was on my television a couple of months ago on ESPN Classic or they played that game where the final score was 23-22.
All right. Here's the box score.
Yeah.
The Phillies had 24 hits in that game. Pete Rose went 3 for 7.
Didn't Larry Boa have some incredible game?
Larry Boa batted second. He went 5 for 8.
Good Lord.
For the Cubs, they had 26 hits in that game. Billy Buckner went 4 for 7 with 7 RBI. Dave Kingman went 3 for 6 with 6 RBI.
Yeah, it's funny because I just watched this a couple months ago and thought, what the living hell happened? That's great. 23-22. You want to talk about getting some bang for your buck going to a day game, Wrigley Field, 1979.
In fact, you guys, both starters lasted 1/3 of an inning. Randy Lurch gave up 5 earned runs. Dennis Lamp started for the Cubs. He gave up 6 earned runs. and was pulled after a third of an inning.
Hilarious.
That is,
I wonder if the wind was blowing out at Wrigley that day.
Yeah, no kidding. That's fantastic.
Since we've been talking baseball and talking about the Dodgers, a couple of Brewers fans have texted in and said, hey, don't forget the Brewers just swept the Dodgers and they've got the best record in baseball. So, yep. Sorry, we had a baseball conversation without bringing up the Brewers there real quick.
The game took 4 hours and 3 minutes. That's crazy.
Simeon Woods Richardson starts tonight for the Twins, game 2 or 3 with the Dodgers.
Oh, I love that stuff. That's great.
Everyone's texting in about the Brewers. I mean, yeah, I guess all we had to say was the Dodgers and
well, the Brewers are playing good baseball, though. They're in first place. They have the best
record in baseball, someone says, or maybe best record in the National League?
They do have the best record in baseball.
Oh, my God.
Yes. At 60-40.
Oh, wow.
They've won 11 straight.
That's great.
I have to, real quick, go back to Jalen Hurts and us talking about his birthday.
Yes.
And me being pregnant.
Yes.
Because this is a great question from Fun-Sized Jesus. She said, if Ashley's baby was born on Jalen Hurts' birthday, would you love him more or would you have a hard time loving him because your heart only has room for one person on that special day?
That question is for who?
That's for you from Fun-Sized Jesus.
For me, who would I love more?
Yes. Would you even have the capacity in your heart to love my child?
Not the way I love Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'll always be your friend, and I hope to get to know your child over the years. But, I mean, he's not going to compare to my love for Jalen Hurts. Sorry.
I understand.
Sorry. It's a great question, though. Back again, and don't apologize for, switching gears and going back to the subject of your pregnancy because it's an interesting subject. One listener texted in and said, they found it interesting, your comment about how you and your husband were trying to make a baby, and you changed one thing.
Yeah.
And it worked. Now, so here's what they texted in. They said, Randy and Brad, what sexual position worked for you guys? They're assuming that maybe it was a sexual position that kick-started this pregnancy, Ashley, but then they want to switch gears and put the pressure on Randy and Brad. What sexual position has worked for you guys?
They all work.
It didn't take us long.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would go nowhere. Joe Ryan of the Twins struck out 11 over 7 innings Sunday against the Colorado Rockies. We talked about Joe's performance in that game yesterday. Joe has now moved up in the overall record books. The Twins all-time list. Yes, Twins record books.
Yep.
The Twins all-time list for most career double-digit strikeout games by a Twins pitcher goes like this. Well, maybe you guys can guess. What Twins pitcher holds the record for most career double-digit strikeout games?
Blyleven.
He is second on the list with 23 double-digit strikeout games.
Santana.
How about Jim Cott?
Johan, how do you say it again?
Johan Santana.
Johan Santana is number 1.
Yeah.
He had 36 double-digit strikeout games.
Yeah.
Then you go Bert. Then you go who? Someone said Jim Cott. He's in 4th place.
Brad Radke pitched a long time, but he was not a strikeout.
No, he was not. No,
How about Liriano?
Francisco Liriano is tied for 5th place or something. Here, I'll just give it to you. So Joe Ryan now is tied with Jose Barrios.
Jose Barrios, yeah.
Francisco Liriano and Frank Viola with 11 double-digit strikeout games. Next up on the list, Dave Boswell, who pitched for the Twins in the 60s and 70s.
Yep.
Dave Boswell had 12 double-digit strikeout games. Then you go Jim Cott with 14. Camilo Pascual had 19 double-digit strikeout games, and then Bert, and then Johan. That is, of course, since the team moved to Minnesota in 1961.
Yeah. Yep.
The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Boston Red Sox last night with the most exciting play in all of sports, a walk-off catcher's interference call.
It's just a bit outside. That's catcher's interference? That's a good question.
That'd be a weird way to end the game. Can you imagine?
Oh, my goodness, there was. Here we go.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. There is catcher's interference.
Wow! The Phillies have won on a catcher's interference.
So tag your bags.
Baseball is amazing, and what a celebration.
Of course, the call wasn't made live, as you heard. It went under video review first for a few minutes, and then it was called an official catcher's interference. Game over. Phillies win. The mayor of Philadelphia quickly called for all the streetlights in town to be greased down to try to hold off the rioters.
Yeah, it very much was, too. You can see it clear as day.
A walk-off catcher's interference call. Now, that hasn't happened in a Major League game since 1971.
Wow.
Oh, I'd hate myself so much if I was that catcher.
Yeah, he feels bad. He feels silly about it. I read some comments from the catcher. He said it happened so fast. I didn't realize. Whatever. Just what a lame way to win a baseball game.
Really?
If I'm at the ballpark, hey, was that catcher's interference? Well, hang on there. They're going to put it under review. So anyway, how's the wife and kid? Oh, it is catcher's. Oh, all right, we won the ball game. All right, let's go home. How stupid. Now, this is great. This is fun. The Kansas City Royals are calling old Dick Hill.
Yep.
Calling old Dick Mountain up from the minor leagues. Rich Hill, better known as Dick Mountain, who was hanging out in Omaha, Nebraska, with the Royals AAA ball club. They gave him a phone call, and old Dick is going to pitch tonight against the Chicago Cubs. Now, once he steps out onto the bump, once Rich Hill steps out onto the bump, he will tie Edwin Jackson. He'll tie Edwin Jackson's Major League record for playing for his 14th different team. And I'm proud of Dick. I am.
How old is Dick now?
45.
Yep.
45.
He has pitched for the Cubs, the Orioles, the Indians, the Angels, the Yankees, the Athletics, the Dodgers, the Twins, the Rays, the Mets, the Pirates, the Padres, and he's had 4 different runs with the Boston Red Sox and now the Royals.
Dang.
It's crazy.
He will be the oldest player to appear in a big league game since Ichiro Suzuki in 2019. Ichiro played at 45 years old. Dick is 45.
He said this article, Nick, says he's the oldest since Bartolo Colon in 2018.
Oh,
at 45 years old.
Okay. Well,
was that when Bartolo was with the Twins?
Maybe.
I thought he had one more team after us.
Could have been when he was with the Twins. I don't recall.
Okay.
And furthermore, Dick Mountain will be the oldest. I don't know. There's so many records he's setting here. The oldest pitcher to appear in a big league game since Jamie Moyer in 2012. Jamie Moyer pitched in a big league game at 49 years old.
Oh, yeah, Jamie Moyer was like almost on Social Security.
Yeah, he'll be
finished.
He'll be the oldest player to take the field in the history of the Royals.
Yeah.
Gaylord Perry, when he was 45 years old, started a game for the Royals in 1983. And that was the final game of Gaylord Perry's career. So Dick Mountain making all kinds of history. And he deserves it. He's a good guy. And by damn, when you stick around that long, you should get some accolades.
And for the Royals, the PR doesn't hurt. You're 11 games out of first place. You're 3 games under 500. It doesn't hurt to have something to get fans excited to come to the ballpark. So
they've had a disappointing season. I think
they really have.
They expected a lot more out of that team than they have gotten because they were in the playoffs last year, I believe.
Yeah. Their pitching has failed pretty much across the board this year. So.
But when you talk about these oldest ball player records, I wonder how often Julio Franco's story comes up. Wasn't it Julio Franco, who was an outstanding infielder for the Cleveland Indians?
They probably make a distinction, though, Nick, between an everyday player and a pitcher.
No, of course.
Category.
But that's not where I'm headed with this. Do you remember the story? I believe I have the right guy. Julio Franco, when he retired.
They couldn't determine how old he was.
Yes, when he retired, he was like 44 years old, but then some stories came out that said he was actually 51 or something like that.
Right, yeah. They never really could determine how old he was.
Yeah, so I wonder when these oldest player conversations happen, how many people go, well, what about Julio Franco? Because the guy was, according to a lot of stories, he was way older than he really let people to believe.
Right.
Back to Johan Santana, and I should have lumped this in when we were talking about him earlier. Of course, we mentioned yesterday something or another about this weekend's Baseball Hall of Fame ceremony. Yesterday, we discussed retired ball players at each position on the field that deserved induction into the Big League Hall of Fame. We mentioned guys like Kenny Lofton and Lou Whitaker and Thurman Munson. A website called Yardbarker, they went this way. They named a player from each team that deserved a spot in the Hall. It produced some of the same answers, but they mentioned that Johan Santana should get some more consideration. When they covered the Twins, they said if there's one Twin that deserves some consideration, it's Johan.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
He was dominant for a small stretch, but I think what's going to keep him out is because he didn't prolong it over a 10-year period.
Absolutely. And he didn't win World Series. See, because his career numbers, they compared his career numbers to Sandy Koufax and Whitey Ford. Now, the difference there is...
Different time, though, yeah.
Well, it's a different time, but should that really matter if it's a different time?
Yeah.
He has comparable numbers to those guys. The difference, though, is that Koufax and Whitey Ford played in L.A. and New York, and they won multiple World Series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yep.
Just saying. They're throwing Johan in there. All right, the dude who won the British Open golf tournament last weekend, Scotty Scheinbach. What the hell is
Scotty Scheffler?
Scott Scheffler?
Scotty Scheffler.
One of his sponsors, TaylorMade.
Yep.
They posted...
Golf brand.
Obviously.
They don't make bowling shoes?
Honestly, I wouldn't assume that you knew that. I get it.
Well, he is a professional golfer.
Yeah, but I mean, they have other sponsors,
you can endorse
too.
Other types of things.
I didn't think they made lunch meat. Yes.
They might.
Jesus God.
TaylorMade posted pictures of Scotty Scheinbach after he won the tournament.
I have got to use that for a fantasy football name, Scotty Scheinbach.
Right. In a weird move, in the pictures that TaylorMade posted, they airbrushed and edited his hairline.
It's so weird.
Did what?
Yeah, you can check it out on 93x.com, Randy. It's very noticeable.
They gave him more hair.
Scotty
gave him more hair?
More hair?
Yeah, because he has a little bit of a receding hairline.
Oh, he's got more
in
than a
certain
little
spots.
bit of a... So Scotty takes his ball cap off after he won this meaningless tournament that nobody was following. He takes his ball cap off. And his hairline, he's got a real absence of bangs at this point in his life, right?
Yeah.
But TaylorMade, maybe because they think receding hairlines are uncool and it reflects poorly on them, they airbrushed him some hairs up there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I did notice when I usually don't notice, I guess, men's hair like that, but when I was watching, I did immediately notice. Oh, I didn't realize he was losing hair.
Yeah, they airbrushed him, so he's got more of a defined patch of hair up there.
Well, first of all, he took his hat off. So when you wear a hat all day, it's going to mat your hair and move it around. So that's a little unfair for Scheffler, but...
Well, that wasn't his hat that did that to his hair. That's his age. That's his...
He's only 29.
Oh, what are you talking... When you look at the picture, Randy Shaver, you can't see the obvious...
If I wear a hat all day, my hair, I could have like creases in the front of my hair that could resemble what Scheffler had.
Nah, you got to zoom in.
He has a receding hairline.
I know he does. I'm not denying that, but
it didn't. The whole hat hair didn't help his cause.
Yeah.
Everyone's accusing them of being bald shamers.
Bald shamers.
They are bald shaming.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was TaylorMade's call and not his.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's what we're saying here, Brad.
Yeah,
Ryder.
it was TaylorMade.
Yeah.
Or whoever their ad agency is, one of the two.
People are adding like more hair onto his head.
Oh, yeah, some of those are hilarious.
It's like he could be on the cover of one of those romance novels, the long hair flowing in the wind.
Like, what was the Fabio or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
If he's got a sense of humor, the next tournament he shows up at, he should go to the driving range with a wig on.
You know, it's that struck home a little bit because we had a boss who didn't like it if me and Nick mentioned we were losing our hair or when we were bald.
That's so mean.
Boy, I missed a lot of these meetings. I don't remember. I don't remember that.
This was the long-haired leader from the prairie, right?
Yeah, I remember that sissy.
Really?
Yeah,
Him?
I don't recall this.
Yeah, he wasn't. He's like, hey, is that the image we want to project? I'm like, what? Growing up? I don't understand.
Aging? Oh, could you be more cliche rock radio douchebag?
Yeah, he wasn't.
We all have to have long hair and motorcycles, and all we do is snort blow and drink and bang randos. That's us around here because we're hard rock, 24 hours a day hard.
Yeah, that's exactly his attitude.
What a bunch of... God, I can't believe we didn't strangle some of these people.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize some people on social media are like actually upset that they did this. I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's funny.
What are we talking about now?
Some people on social media are actually upset, like very angry with TaylorMade.
For
saying
covering...
like, I'm glad I don't have any of their clubs in my bag. Well, all right. You know, it's not that big of it. It's kind of funny.
You know what, Ashley? I don't got time to worry about that kind of stuff because I've got a 24-hour erection. Coming up next, we're going to smoke meth and play Pantera.
I got to say, along those lines, though, if I was going to, model for Hanes underwear or something, I wouldn't mind if they added a little something with some Photoshop.
A little airbrush, some abs in there for you?
No, I wasn't thinking abs.
Oh, I see what you're going for. Yep, okay.
Just dump a roll of quarters down there, for Christ's sake, Josh.
Now you've got me wondering if they do that.
I bet they do, don't you think?
That's funny.
They have to.
So, really, Josh, do you think that TaylorMade thought to themselves, well, hey, we don't want an image of being over the hill and balding, so let's cover up this bald patch?
Well, that or their ad agency. I mean, I don't want to say, I don't know for sure if it was the company themselves. Like the people that do their advertising.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty hilarious if it came out that it was his idea. He's like, hey, could you fill that in?
It was
or like his wife or something.
Well, don't get us started on, rock stars and their wigs. Good God, there's some bad ones. Oh, God. I'd
say the last thing he's worried about the day after winning the Open is his TaylorMade ad. It wasn't him.
No, we're not saying it was him.
Yeah,
Brad, that's twice now we've had... we're blaming TaylorMade or the ad agency. But
I'm just looking at the ad again.
I'm just switching gears over to, wow, some of these rock stars and their wigs. I just don't know. What are they... Why are you doing that? It's so bad. So awful and so obvious.
And it's a different day and age, right? Back in the day, it was controversial when Metallica cut their hair.
Yeah.
How weird was that? I mean, people hated Metallica for cutting their hair.
Yeah.
I don't think people care as much anymore.
I remember reading a quote, and this is going to lose most of you. Dokken had a lot of steam in the 80s. Dokken was a great hard rock band. I mean, their great songs were great, and their bad songs were so bad you couldn't believe you were listening to it. But their lead singer, Don Dokken, his hair went bye-bye in effing 1987. The guy wears wigs. And I read a quote once from their drummer, Mick Brown. Someone asked Mick Brown, have you ever seen Don without his wig? And Mick said, yes, and I never want to see it again. All right, here we go. Speaking of rock stars, as Ozzy Osbourne used to say at the beginning of his concerts 40-some years ago, let the madness begin. The Vikings have begun to file into training camp.
Is today the day? Do they report today?
Tomorrow?
I think the rookie's are already there. I think more guys get there tomorrow.
Their first practice is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just gross. This officially begins the most obnoxious 6.5 months of the year.
I'm so pumped.
Me too.
Well, if I find out that any of you go to one of these live practices, our friendship is over.
I won't be doing that. I'm not that excited. Don't worry.
Good. Are you ready to talk any football, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder? Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Going into this year, next football season, the Vikings have supposedly the 11th best roster in the National Football League.
Yep.
That's according to ESPN.
Yep.
They are behind the Baltimore Ravens at number 1. My Philadelphia Eagles have the second best roster. Detroit, Buffalo, Kansas City, Denver, the Washington Commodores, Los Angeles Rams, Cincinnati Bengals, San Francisco 49ers. At number 11, the Minnesota Vikings. Yep. Their biggest strength, what would you say the biggest strength is? Go.
Offensive line, defensive line.
Defensive front is what they call the Minnesota Vikings' biggest strength, their biggest weakness. You can guess if you like.
Quarterback, right?
Well,
quarterback, unquestioned at least.
ESPN thought that was too easy.
Yes.
So they picked defensive back.
They went with cornerbacks, Randy Shaver. Yes, it says here quarterback would have been an easy pick, seeing how J.J. McCarthy is totally unproven and injury-prone. But it says here the Vikings cornerbacks really blow.
Yeah, they have 4 different categories, and Nick will get to it, but McCarthy's in one of the categories, just not that one.
They say the cornerbacks really blow. The X factor is J.J. McCarthy. They say he's walking into a pretty nice situation.
Yeah.
He's got Jefferson and the DWI kid at wide receiver. He's got the long-haired dude
Hawkinson's
at tight end.
Back. Yep.
He's got a fairly competent offensive line, a good running back. But they say if McCarthy isn't at least decent, none of this will work.
Right?
Yeah. I think he's going to be decent. Yeah.
So that's where they sat.
There's not a better situation for a young quarterback to walk into than the Vikings situation.
Oh, God.
You've got the quarterback whisperer as your head coach. You've got the second or first or second best receiver in the league lined up. You've got competent other receivers, a great tight end. You've got an offensive line that's been retooled that is way better than what it's been recently.
You also shouldn't have to score 25 points a game.
No, you've got a defense that can play well.
Defense, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's so many factors that he's walking into that all he really has to do is manage the game to start and just doesn't have to be a superstar. He just has to manage and get the ball to the right people.
Don't turn the ball over.
And he'll be successful. And then as he gets more experience, then hopefully Viking fans will see the great player that everybody thinks they have. So,
all right, so there you go.
Yep.
Some of the first Vikings talk we've had. More to come, I'm sure. You can't avoid it. More to come.
No.
This is a lot of fun. The folks at Ringer. I'm not so sure if I've swung by there. Ringer as a website. They've put together a list of the top 25 fictional quarterbacks. Now, you have to be familiar with these movies and television shows.
Yeah, that's hard to
So I'm obviously not going to cover all of them. I'll just cover the ones that I think, the most folks are familiar with. The top 25 fictional quarterbacks coming in at number 25. From Revenge of the Nerds, Stan Gable. Played by, what's the actor's name again? He is so good. He also plays Jefferson Darcy on Married with Children. God, that guy is good.
Oh, he is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Ted McGinley.
Ted McGinley.
Ted McGinley, yeah.
God help us, Stan Gable. From Revenge of the Nerds.
One of the more punchable faces of all time.
What?
He just kind of got that kind of smarmy look to him like that.
Oh, no. I can't put up with bad things being said about Ted McGinley on this program.
You know what? You should watch the show Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. He steals every scene he's in. He is so funny on that show. It's a good show overall, but he is awesome.
On Married with Children, as Jefferson Darcy, he and Al Bundy, his name is Ed O'Neill, the two of them together were friggin' brilliant. So I'm a big fan. I love to see Stan Gable in here. And they even break down every fictional quarterback, like their pros and cons. They say, Stan Gable, if you remember Revenge of the Nerds, all attitude, charming look, terrible focus. Terrible. Because all he wants to do is beat up nerds. You should be worried about that conference championship, for God's sake. But no. Number 24 is Flash Gordon. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. Do you remember the Flash Gordon movie from 1980 with the Queen soundtrack?
Yeah.
What the heck is this movie?
One of the most bizarre movies you'll ever watch is Flash Gordon.
Are they in space?
Yes,
what is this?
they are in space.
Yep.
It's so strange, but I love it. I remember it from when I was a kid. Number 23, Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
If Coach just would have put him in.
Confidence. They say endless confidence with the guy.
Yes.
All those years later, still confident.
And then again, some of these the guy from Waterboy, the guy from Little Giants, the guy from School Ties. Some of these I've never saw it. The dude from Air Bud, Golden Retriever.
I was just gonna. First of all, it's Golden Receiver.
Thank you,
I'm sorry.
Ashley.
What did I say?
Golden Retriever.
Johnny Utah from Point Break. That's Keanu Reeves. One of the worst movies ever is thrown into the mix here. I will never, ever forgive myself for watching The Program.
Movie's pretty bad.
That is one of the worst acted. James Caan, God rest his soul, one of the greatest actors of all time, somehow must have been in trouble with the law when he agreed to be in The Program. And that quarterback was Joe Kane. They mentioned that he was a very mobile quarterback, but he had troubles with alcohol. Keanu Reeves is in here again at number 12 as Shane Falco from The Replacements.
That's a fun movie.
That's a good movie.
Never saw it.
It's a lot of fun.
Sunshine from Remember the Titans. Never saw it.
Oh, yeah. He could sling it.
Nick, it's a great movie.
I know,
Remember
Randy,
the
you
Titans.
love that movie.
It's a fabulous movie.
Who else would you know here? Paul Blake from the movie Necessary Roughness. That was
a bad movie.
One brutally bad movie. Played by, what's that actor's name again, Josh? He was on the original I Travel Through Time show, Quantum Leap.
Scott Bakula?
Scott Bakula.
Oh, Scott Bakula, yeah.
Johnny Walker from Johnny Be Good. That character was played by Michael. He was Russ in Vacation.
Michael C. Hall. No, that's the dude from Dexter.
Michael Anthony Hall.
Yeah,
there it is.
Mike,
Johnny Be Good is not a good movie. Jonathan Moxon from Varsity Blues is the sixth best fictional quarterback ever. They say he's smart with a strong arm and a moral compass.
That's true. That's Johnny Moxon for you.
How about Paul Crew? You got to have Paul Crew.
Take it easy, Randy.
Which version, though, Randy?
I don't blame. We all know what version.
1974 version.
I don't blame you for getting excited, Randy, and throwing it in there too soon. Because if Paul Crew, Burt Reynolds' character from The Longest Yard in 1974, wasn't number one on this list, I'm creating a riot in town.
I wouldn't have sent it to you if he wasn't number one.
F me. I can't even talk about the original Longest Yard without getting emotional. What a great movie. What a great character.
Doesn't hold up to the remake, though.
Josh, I love you. But I'll start swinging.
But did the original have Kevin Nash in it?
Kevin Nash was in. I never saw either one.
Hey, Dana?
Yep.
I like you. But I'll start swinging. Here's the top 5. Vince Howard from Friday Night Lights. Is that a television show?
Yeah, played by Michael B. Jordan.
Was it a movie as well?
I saw the movie, but the quarterback's name wasn't Vince Howard in the movie.
No, it's from the TV show.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan played Vince.
We're going way back here. Number 4 is Joe Pendleton from Heaven Can Wait. I believe
That was...
what was his name? He's older than the hills now.
I liked Heaven Can Wait.
Handsome guy, was banging Madonna in the early 90s.
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty. Yeah, Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm very happy that this one made it in there. We're talking about greatest fictional quarterbacks ever. One of my favorite movies, and I could also say one of my favorite football movies, The Best of Times, with Robin Williams and handsome-ass Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
The Best of Times is one funny, really enjoyable movie, and Kurt Russell was the quarterback in that movie, and his name was, talk about a movie name, Reno Hightower. Number 2, never saw it. Any Given Sunday, the starting quarterback, Willie Beeman. Was that Jamie Foxx?
Sure was.
Yes.
Yep.
Steamin' Willie Beeman.
Never saw it. Number 1, like we already mentioned, Burt Reynolds as Paul Crewe. Mean machine, mean machine, mean machine, mean machine.
I might have missed it, but did you mention, I know, Josh, you love this guy too, Thad? Alan Richardson from Blue Mountain State?
Never saw it.
Oh, yeah, Jack Reacher.
Oh, I haven't seen that. He's in that movie.
Oh, my gosh, yeah, that's like he plays such a dumbass.
Oh, yeah? I could see him doing that.
Okay, I'm going to do this. I've been prepping for this all morning. The final scene from 1974, The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds. Okay, the final scene. Crew! He's going beyond the line. Crew! Kill him! Crew! Shoot him, you son of a bitch! Shoot him! Crew! Game ball. You're welcome.
I never watched the original one. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Only the
Adam Sandler did
remake,
it better.
sadly.
See you, Randy.
What? Is it time to go?
I can't acknowledge Brad after
After what I just said.
You know what?
I mean, Josh already made the joke, and then Dana wore it out, and then Brad made it even worse.
Yeah, but first of all, Brad's here uninvited on a Tuesday.
All right.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
Hello to all my homies in the chat. I'm Haley Carania with some very inconvenient truths.
Your go-to place for the hottest button issues.
Don't you hate when facts get in the way of a good news story?
Cut through the noise and get ready to scroll through the chaos of the modern world, one hot take at a time.
Hear me out. We might need to spread this information 24/7. Let's get into some scrolling time.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
I love this place.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show, 93X.
All right, yeah, this is where it's at, right here. This is where you want to be, all thanks to our wonderful listening audience. It is 8:36 here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Maybe this is the liquor talking, but this here cracks me up. Somewhere on the godless internet, someone brought up the topic of silly ways dudes get in trouble with they women's. Some call it the doghouse. Yeah, bruh, I'm in the doghouse, a feller might say. I'm in Dutch with the wife. I'm in trouble with the old lady. Some call it the doghouse. There are all different levels of the doghouse, all different ways to get yourself in trouble. You stay out all night drinking and carrying on. You accidentally get fresh with another gal. What are some other ways you can end up in the doghouse, Josh? You spend all your money on drugs.
Sure, maybe you're hanging out with all your buddies and never have any time for her.
You never call her.
Yeah. It's poker night 5 days a week. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe you killed a guy.
It's possible.
So, what I have in front of me, though, are some of the more stupid reasons a guy found himself in trouble with his significant other. And a couple of them really grabbed me. Like, for instance, this one. I called her dude one too many times.
I can understand that. But
it's only natural, though, so because I'm guilty of it. Dude this, dude that.
What's funny is the only time it ever bothers me when my husband does it is when, like, I'm already in a bad mood. Like, it doesn't bother me any other time, but if I'm in a bad mood and he starts dumping dudes and bros on me, or if we're having a serious conversation and he's slipping in dudes or bros, I'm like, I'm not your dude, I'm not your bro.
That is effing funny. That grabbed me. I mean, not only is it funny that a guy is calling his lady dude, but it's funny that she would finally reach a breaking point and he ends up in the doghouse over it. So your husband will, in a conversation, say something like, bro, I don't want to watch this television show or something like that. I'm not your friggin' bro.
Stop that.
My wife dumps bro on me when I do something stupid. She's like, bro, are you serious right now?
Well, that's... you are a bro.
I am a bro.
If you called her bro... Mm-hmm. Another way a dude got in trouble with his girlfriend, according to this report, called her bro while in bed.
Oh, that would be bad.
I mean, this isn't the greatest list I've ever seen produced from the internet. There's not a lot of really quality stuff here, but those two grabbed me. I called my girlfriend dude one too many times. I actually called her bro while we were in the sack. And this last one, Josh, you tell me, how many guys survived this? A guy, it sounds like he just wanted to bust his wife or his girlfriend's chops. He set her a reminder. He set or sent her a reminder for her period.
Oh.
Do I know what that means?
Yeah, so you can, like, set reminders on your phone. Obviously, Josh does it a lot because he's good at planning things. So then, say I get my period usually on the 13th of the month. My husband would get a notification like, hey, your wife's got her period.
It's time.
Be careful today.
Yep. Oh, that would take me off so much, especially because I'm probably on my period at the time.
You're not feeling the greatest. You're dreading all that comes along with that.
Unless he used it as a way to remember to, like, pick up a delicious dessert on the way home or something romantic like that.
You're not holding your breath for that, are you?
No.
That's funny. I can just see a guy sitting in the same living room with his wife, and his phone goes beep, beep, and he picks it up and says, oh, hey, isn't this about time for your period? That's where I would expect my wife or girlfriend to swing at me.
I wonder if my wife would get mad at me if I watched some of our shows without her. She might, because sometimes, like, if she's leaving for work, I'll say, hey, I'll let you know what happened on whatever show, just to bust her chops a little bit. I wonder if I legitimately did, if that would bother me.
I thought you've mentioned before that, what's the term?
Netflix cheating.
I thought you've mentioned before that Netflix cheating is a no-no in your household.
I think that it would bother her, yeah.
I was pretty angry that my husband Netflix cheated on me with the show The Bear. And it wasn't like he just watched one episode. He finished the whole season.
I've done that
like
too,
20-some minutes. And they leave each one with, like, a little cliffhanger. Like, well, what are they going to do to get out of this one? That kind of thing.
I didn't finish it for, probably like 2 weeks passed. And I thought, all right, I'll finally watch it. And it just didn't hit the same.
I have a buddy who got in some serious trouble for Netflix cheating. His wife went out of town and kind of ran out of stuff to do. And he watched a couple shows they were into. And she was not happy when she got back.
Well, that sounds very silly. But then again, I come from a relationship where almost every night we're watching different programming on different televisions. We don't really get involved in series like that. Here's a text from Dozier Daddy Jesus who says, dude is a neutral term for either sex. Yes, we're all well aware of that.
Depends what kind of context you're saying, like when you're using it.
Well, I guess I don't know about that. All I can say is, yes, I've noticed that dude is a neutral term at this point. Girls will say to each other, dude. You know, I'll see a group of girls out and about, and they say, okay, you guys, let's go. Girls call each other dude and guys. I mean, yeah. But I think it's so funny that that neutral term was dumped on a lady to the point where she broke. You know what I mean? that part of it, that's what makes it fun, is that she finally said, okay, enough calling me. She couldn't handle it
That's
anymore.
awesome.
All right. Now, here's something we hope you really like. We were talking about, a little bit earlier, we were talking about our bosses, past bosses. And some of them just came up with the most ridiculous, awful ideas. How in God's name did that? Anyway, we don't need to get into that. But we were talking about bosses. A recent report cut loose that says some people actually want a mean boss.
Why?
I mean, we've had plenty. I can't say I wanted any of them.
Did you think we had mean bosses?
Or a couple, yeah, in particular. Just in different ways.
They were mean to you?
Mean to everybody.
I guess maybe I'd want a mean boss so that they can be mean to other people. I think some other people deserve it, but don't be mean to me.
Well, the reasoning behind it, Ashley, it says here, some people find a mean, harsh boss as motivating. And it's... Well, I'll explain. I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, Josh, I can think of a couple of our past bosses who were ridiculous dicks. I mean, they were ridiculous, I think is the best word to use to explain them. The ideas that they had about themselves, the ideas they had about this business and how you go about a radio show were ridiculous and stupid and outdated, and it was just shocking, some of the things. But I guess I never really thought about whether or not I found them to be mean.
Well, I guess to me, being a dick is being mean. Maybe.
There you go.
I mean, they were dicks. And they treated people poorly, talked trash, and just in different ways. One guy was more in your face, which you could actually respect. The other guy was sneaky behind your back, and you could tell he was enraged when he talked to you, and he was more of a wimp about it.
Yeah, you're right.
But he was like definitely a backstabbing type of jerk.
So it says here, as far as bosses go, if you have one that's harsh, well, I guess I have to go this way. If you're the type who thinks it's a dog-eat-dog world, where it's kill or be killed, dramatic stuff like that, sometimes you got to step on some people to get where you want. If you're that type of person, you don't mind having a mean boss because that's the real world. That's how things operate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're more of a person who wants to be friendly and collaborative at all times, you want a boss more tailored in that fashion. So I guess that's how it comes to be that some people actually want a mean boss.
It could probably rally everyone to have a common enemy.
Yeah.
Like all the coworkers can't stand the guy.
That's a good point.
Girl.
That's a good point. This report, what does this say? Oh, it was inspired by an Olive Garden manager a few years ago in Texas. Maybe you remember this. I guess, from what I'm told here, this became a big meme. This became a big internet thing. An Olive Garden manager sent out a memo about too many people calling in sick. And the memo said, if you call in sick, you might as well go out and look for another job. And they also said if your dog died, you need to bring the dog in to prove it.
Oh, Jesus.
I think there's a difference between a tough boss, which I wouldn't mind, and a mean dick boss. I mean, to me, those are completely different things.
Yeah, she's just a terrible person, this manager.
Well, there was a huge backlash. So, Dana, you're a big internet guy. Do you remember this?
I don't remember the specific one, no.
There was a huge backlash online when this Olive manager's memo to his or her coworkers became public. That manager got fired, but a lot of people said the real problem over there was too many lazy employees.
Nah. No, Mike, of course that's what people think.
The Half-Assed Morning Show.
Minnesota's 93X.
Sure, yeah. We're about to get going again. In just a few minutes, we're going to shut her down, but we plan on being here tomorrow at 5:40. We were talking about finding yourself in the doghouse. Bros, you do something stupid, and you get the girlfriend or wife all pissed off. A lot of silly ways to find yourself in the doghouse. Here's a listener who texted in and said, just this morning, I sat down to take a deuce. Sounds like they only got one bathroom. But he says, I just sat down, and the wife yelled at me because she needs to get ready. I need to get in there. Right? He said, I hadn't gotten going yet, so I got off the pot. Then I got yelled at again for not immediately telling her when I left the bathroom. Well, I needed to get in there, and you didn't tell me that you...
Living with a significant other and only having one bathroom is tough sometimes. I can remember those days.
Sucks. Totally sucks.
I never had an issue with that.
Oh, really?
Uh-uh.
Well, actually, with my divorce shack apartment, the little one-bedroom thing was the size of a shoebox. And, oh, man, if you had to go, you would... Anyone else in the apartment would know about it.
They knew what was going on.
Yes.
Tough
That's
situation.
how small it was. So that's why I found a lot of excuses go down to the lobby sometimes.
Yeah, I've been racking my brain. I've been trying to come up with... There's certainly been many times that I've gotten myself in trouble with a significant other for something stupid. But I can't think of any great stories. But what comes to mind, Josh, maybe the silliest example I've ever seen, and I'm assuming you, Josh, as well, the silliest example you've ever seen of a guy getting in trouble with his girlfriend was the ice boobs guy.
Oh, definitely. I thought people were messing with me when they told me that story.
The ice boobs guy. I kind of felt like throwing him out of our club. That this was the spot he found himself in. I even said to the dude, I said, is this really happening? I'll explain in case you haven't heard the story. A number of years ago on our Independence Day booze cruise, some wonderful artist concocted an ice luge that you suck drinks out of. Does everyone know what that is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some artist concocted this ice luge that folks could walk up and take a shot out of, and it was shaped like a big, beautiful pair of cans, sweater cannons. Beautiful.
Yard donkeys.
Yeah. Had it on the boat. Josh and I, we were standing right with this young guy who I think was a member of our promotion staff at the time. And he had his girlfriend with him. And she went effing nuclear because she caught him looking at ice boobs.
Oh, just looking? I thought
looking. No. He was...
not that it would make it any better, but
Right.
I thought he had his mouth all over him.
No, he was looking at them from across the boat and noticed these fake boobs made of ice. And she said, "What are you looking at?"
She didn't have any boobs, did she?
I don't remember. But she was furious, and he tucked his tail between his legs and, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I wasn't really looking. Oh, I was just looking at this." And like Josh said, I thought we were in a friggin' prank video or something.
Oh, doing that in public, too, in front of other people?
Yes.
Like, I imagine,
And
how much worse it gets.
Your coworkers.
I barely knew this kid, and maybe this was wrong of me. But even though I barely knew this kid, I pulled him aside and said, "This cannot be your real life right here. Are you friggin' kidding me?" And maybe that was wrong of me. Maybe I stepped out of bounds. But I said, "You can't continue with this. You've just been berated in front of all your coworkers and all these people. You can't do this." And he, "Oh, yeah, I know." He was, you want to talk about one hopeless sumbitch.
I've never seen anything like that. I've met jealous people before, but this was frozen water.
Yeah. I thought it was bad when a girlfriend of mine back in the day started crying when she learned I watch porn. Am I not good enough?
Dude.
But ice boobs is a different level. But porn was bad, but ice boobs is a different level.
It depends what kind of porn you're watching and how frequently, to be honest. And if you needed to watch it every day, and there was a specific girl that you were really into, I could see that being a little odd.
Well, it wasn't even a big revelation. I just said something like, "Oh yeah, kind of like in the pornos." And she's like, "Well, how would you know?"
And it overcame her to a point where she was crying?
Yes.
Maybe I'd rather be the ice moves guy.
Now you're burying the lead.
What's the lead?
She asked you a question. Am I not good enough? What did you say?
She was pretty good. But yeah, no. I mean, sometimes you just need a little assistance.
I think you just have to say, obviously not.
Yep.
Was she very religious?
No, that's the thing, too. She was one of the craziest chicks I ever dated. But for some reason, she drew the line at porn.
Honestly, that kind of made me sad because she seems insecure about herself, and I want to make her feel better.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it seems like maybe she is a tad insecure.
Was there ever, when you were dating this gal, did you ever just rise up out of bed, out of nowhere? Ah!
She did kind of have that vibe, for sure.
Maybe suggest she get into the industry.
She could get a little violent at times.
You sleep with one eye open. Every once in a while, you're dead asleep, and then just,
She was violent?
She could get violent when she was drunk, yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm glad you got out of that one.
Did she kick your ass?
Not kick my ass, but...
She punch you in the mouth?
She hit me a couple times, yeah.
She sounds kind of fun.
It was
Just
fun.
kidding, Dana.
Actually, I was like 23. It was very fun.
Yeah, I mean...
I was leaning into the crazy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to victim blame at all, but it seems like you were having some fun, Dana.
Yeah.
She just like punch you in the shoulder or what?
No, she came at the face a couple times.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She punched a player in the face?
Yeah.
Like full on or just kind of kidding around?
No, full on fist punch.
Did you have to act like you weren't scared?
Yeah, kind of. Like, would I be a wuss if I called the cops right now?
Do you remember what you did to prompt such a thing? This is terrible.
It was the liquor. She just couldn't handle her liquor. And she would get really angry and irrationally angry. Then the next morning, she's like, oh, my God, last night was so fun. I'm so sorry. I got a little crazy.
Dana, poor Dana's got a black eye.
Now, Ashley, you're over here fighting a laugh. What's happening over there? Yep.
I'm not sure if I can laugh at this or not. I don't, you know what I mean?
I came up clean on the other side, Ashley.
Where is she? I mean, does she, what are the visiting hours where she's at right now?
She's married with a couple kids.
Oh, that's good.
How's that guy doing?
All right. We got to pull the plug. Like I said, tomorrow's another day. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow morning.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.